I like that music too much. Whenever that particular track comes on, I just don't want to. I don't want to start the stream. I just want to sit here enjoying the music. No, not that one. I want the good one. No, not that one. It's random, you see. I don't get to pick what track it is. Okay, that one's pretty sick too. All right, I'm gonna stop messing around. Hello, 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 hello. I said I'd stop messing around. We're here this morning. Year of our Lord 2025, the 27th of the 11th month on the Gregorian calendar? Is that what our calendar's called? The Gregorian I don't know. Something like that. Ooh. I tell you what. I'll tell you what. It's warm this morning, right? If you recall yesterday's stream, if you were here yesterday, first off, thank you for coming twice. Thanks for showing back up. But also, yesterday was cold. I'm streaming from what is essentially a shed that's been done up with some carpet and a sofa and, a desk and stuff. But it's a shed. It's a garden shed. And when I got out here yesterday, it was 0 degrees according to the thermometer that sits next to my chair. It was the freezing temperature of water in here. And I had to get I got the temperature up eventually to about 6 or 7 degrees. It was cold. Today, it's like 15 degrees in here, and it's colder in here than it is outside because the shed is holding the cold in. So it's like it's almost not November anymore. It should be freezing cold. It's been freezing and frosty, and everything was frozen outside yesterday. Wow, look at this guy's camo. Look at that sick. Look at that camo. We're going to have a look at that in a sec. But yeah, it's weird. Today, you stand outside and you're met with a warm breeze. It's crazy. So I'm comfortable today. Yesterday, I was wearing 2 pairs of trousers. Today, I'm wearing 1. Look at it. It doesn't look so good close up because of the quality issues, but that looks sick. That camo's good. I like the look of that tank. Gotta remember how to play this game again. Oh, so this is a map that that I enjoyed when I first started playing this game, and then they kind of took it out and I didn't see it for a really long time, and now since I've started playing again these past couple of weeks, it's must have been re-added in the last year or two because I took a break from playing. So I don't remember like what all the sight lines are and what I should be doing and blah 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 blah. But there are bad guys over here somewhere, as our artillery seems to think. If I can just get an eyeball on what you think he's about there, maybe? Oh, really hoped I'd be able to eyeball that. I mean, I'm not using fancy ammo. I guess I can keep trying, but they'll get a beat on me. Where'd that shot come from? What was that? Their artillery is firing at our artillery that's behind me. This is just silly what I'm doing here. Can I shoot these guys? Oh. I will be able to in a minute if they come out. I can hit this guy. Nice. I'm hoping that won't be me in a minute. This is my warm-up match. That's my excuse for if I die horribly because I'm an idiot. These guys won't come out of cover. That guy was... I don't know what he was doing. Same thing I'm doing, I guess. Ah, just didn't quite get in there. I don't think I'm going to be able to either. Unless he comes back? No, that's a wall. Alright, I think... Oh, Jesus, our artillery's hanging out next to us. I think our friends over there are getting screwed. Hell, there's a frickin'... There's a frickin' tank right here. He was up the hill, and he probably didn't realize he was very close to killing our artillery. There wasn't really much between him and his target just now. Alright, who's aiming at me? Uh-oh. I gotta watch out because this guy can see me, and thus, yeah, those guys can as well. Gonna wiggle on through. kill that guy and then try and get into cover before those guys way over there can hit me. I'm not worried about their artillery. Perhaps I should have been. Because once I'm in cover here, I should be fine. Sorry for nudging you, Mr. Artilleryman, but I'm up here covering you now. We do have one heavy guy. Maybe a quick look at chat. Hello, Filthy. Sorry, I'm focusing so hard here. And hello, Spicy and Haley. Oh, I'm focusing. Yep. What's the? Yes. If you cut. Oh, well done, Mr. British Bulldog. Well done. But wait, there's more. All right, let's see if I can move up and help this guy out a little bit. I'm in my captured KV-1. I like this tank. I don't like this, though. I didn't realize those guys would be able to shoot. Wait, how do I get up there? Hang on a minute. Where are they? On the other side of some kind of... You can tell I don't remember this map particularly well at all. Alright, this is not a good spot to be in, and I'm about to die, and he knows it. I was not aware that they were on, like, some other side of the map or something like that. Oh, they're not on the other side of the map, but they're on the other side of some kind of... I'm going to get slaughtered by their artillery here. Especially because they have 2 artillery pieces. I need to back up and hope that they don't shoot where I was. What's behind me here? Ah, they're going to tell the trees coming down. Depends how stupid they are. Yeah, what the hell? I kind of feel like I need to look at the map here. So that there's a lake. Oh, for God's sake. Well, it's over for me. Someone probably to my side can see me. I'm surprised that didn't kill me, to be fair. I'm trying to spin around because I'm assuming these fellas are going to be the guys that are going to shoot at me. Oh, it was some guy over there. So what's going on this side of the map? I can't move the camera around if I can get to the guy that's up there. This guy. So this is where I was trying to go. I guess there's a higher point on the map. If I can get to our artillery piece who is driving up here. I guess there's a hill. This guy, I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to fight them head on. That's very stupid. But I guess you go round the back and then there's a hill. I thought we were on the highest point. Well, now I've learned my lesson. It all went wrong when I pulled out there and didn't realize those guys were like way above me. I like this map though. I think it's cool. I think there's a lot of opportunities for fun times to be had. Yeah. Anyway. Where was I? It's warm today. It's warm. It is. It's warm. Drink your tea. Oh. By the way, technically, I hit actually 51 followers. Like after the stream ended, I came back today and some people had followed me. But Twitch, I think it can tell when some of them are bots sometimes. And so while I have technically hit 51 followers, the little like you'll unlock the ability to make people VIPs when you hit 50 followers still says like 48. So while I have technically hit 51, Twitch is a little shy about 3 of them, I guess. So maybe by tomorrow or next week I'll be able to do that. I'm sorry, I've got a sorry. Drinking my tea and it's not going down right. I gotta remember as well, like, my commander guys, like this guy, for example, Jehan Charlot, or however you pronounce his name, he's missing a skill there, and, oh, hello, Sammy. Hello. I'll get to you in just a sec. He's missing a skill. You see my little commander guy in the bottom left. And that's because at some point in the past 2 years when I wasn't playing this game, they rebalanced the commander skills and just reset all of them, so you have to go in and reapply them. I will hopefully not forget that, because so many of all of my tanks, except the ones I've already played, like this one recently. I guess I played the Matilda. Did I play the Matilda? When did I play this? Anyway, I need to reapply them. So if you spot me accidentally taking a tank out with a commander who needs a skill applying, that's why. It's because my brain is assuming I've already applied them all, because I technically have. A long time ago. Okay. Let's see what tanks have we elited here. I kind of just want to see the ones that I've finished leveling up but aren't premium. I love that you can exclude things in this filter. The filter in this game is so much better than the filter in World of Warships. You can do so much more with it. I kind of want to... Let's have a look. I don't want a 3. I guess... No, I don't want that. I want my nippy little VK. Here we are. Yeah, I want to get... I don't know that I'm ready for this, but this tank is like a speedy little nippy fella. Oh, look at this. I almost forgot to put a skill on him. What was I just saying? Sammy, hello. Are you knowledgeable on this game as well? I know that you've played about 10 million hours of Warships. Sometimes we get lucky and one of the staff members for this game comes into chat, which is great because I can just ask them questions and they can point out things I'm doing that are stupid. I think an increased turret and gun rotation speed, considering this tank is fast, having even more rapid aim would be nice. I also tend to like this one that helps after you've been spotted, gives you an extra 3 seconds to disappear, because it's nice to poke your head out, shoot someone, and then hide again. But I want to make sure my gun can turn mega fast, so we'll do that. You've only played a little bit. Alright, you're going to be my expert on this game, then. I was almost late this morning. I thought everything was great. In a little while, I will retell my washing machine story for those who didn't hear it yesterday. It's got twists and turns. It's got the threat of like flooding my kitchen and destroying things and causing actual physical bodily harm. It's got everything. It's got action. It's got adventure. It's got really wild things. But everything turned out fine, which is a bit of a spoiler for the story. But I mean, I'm here and I'm not in hospital with lacerations or anything, so you know it's fine. But I'll tell that story in a little bit again for anyone who didn't hear it. It was fun. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, no, this morning I was almost late because I had an issue this time with the heater that heats my house was acting up. I turned it on, then I went to have a shower, and I thought, I'm just gonna eyeball it for a sec. I'm just gonna peek in, and I looked at the control panel, and it said it was saying that it was running cooler than it's supposed to, and I'm like, it's not supposed to do that. It's not supposed to do that at all. It's just had a maintenance. It's just been maintained. So it kind of stopped working, and I had to. Hey, where's my subtitles? Where'd my subtitles go? Hey, subtitles. Y'all broke. Where's my subtitles? I'm gonna fix this. Does that work? Nope. When did my subtitles stop? We're gonna fix this for all y'all that need subtitles. I turn it off and on again. I probably turn it off and on again. Anyway. I hate. One of my pet peeves is when you bring up a menu for something and the menu is bigger than your screen. You know what I mean? Oh, there we go. Captioning. All right, so captioning disabled. Then if I just turn it on again, does it fix itself? All right, there we go. Oh, great. If you ever notice my subtitles break, let me know. Ooh, I like this map. Let me just head over this way. I'll read everything that chat's saying in a minute when things calm down. For the moment, you see what I mean about this being like a nippy, quick little tank? You can really poke your head out, shoot someone, and poke your head back in. It is a bit tricky with the frame rate in this game not even hitting 30. Please tell me that there's no one over there and it's just these fellas, because I don't mind these fellas. I'm getting myself lined up to shoot at this power lawa. Uh-oh. That was aimed at me. Okay, there's more than one of them. Okay, you gotta wait until they can't see me anymore. They're gonna see me though, there's too many fellas. Nah, too many, they're waiting for me. Let's reposition somewhere else. Also, we're getting really pushed on here. This is bad. Oh, this is real bad. All I can do is try to stem the tide a little bit. Uh-oh. Hello. Oh my god, what a terrible shot. I'm chasing him to avoid the guys behind me. Wow, these guys are mental. Whoa, another bad shot from me there. Good thing I got that little upgrade, though. This is a really bad idea, but I really wanted to save our fella back there. Now we have a scout on us. Thank you! Alright, swing around. Don't get hit by these guys. Avoid their artillery. See what I mean about this being a real nippy, maneuverable, fighty kind of tank? Oh, we got problems. How do I tell this guy to follow me? Where's the... Okay, that's the button. It wasn't working a minute ago. I cannot be fighting these guys. You need to retreat.
I have a cunning plan which could get you out of
I'm glad you have a plan, because my plan is... we're fucked. My plan is to hope that our guys on the other side can swing around through that little area they're in and flank these guys whilst me and this sniper quote-unquote hold them off. Oh.
Don't panic! Don't panic!
Yeah, I see him. I see him. He's trying to get around us. Alright, that sniper can hold them on the road, and I am going to... Oh, could I? Oh, I could have hit that guy. Try that again. Ha ha ha! I tracked him. Ah, I missed. Ah, you won't fall for that one again. If that sniper dies, we're fucked over here. Oh yeah, beautiful shot. Whoever did that, beautiful. Come on. Come on, there's more of them than there are of us. Oh, our boys at the back are getting trounced. Alright, lads, you're going to have to handle that line. Because I'm going to come down here and try and handle this. Come on. There you go, there you go. Oh, that's not good. Alright, new plan, reverse. How about some explosive rounds? They'll scare them. Where's SOS? Excuse me, lads. Just going to send that again so they know we're ballsed, we're boned here. Alright. Now this is what we call a running to your death. I'm just going to run to my death. We're doomed, we're not going to win. But if I can fuck with these fellas a little bit for a second here. Oh no, there are so many guys. Alright, that was not going to be a win, but I'm happy with what I did in that game. I think I had a good time. I can read the chat now. Alright, let me see. I'm going to have to scroll up. It's always a good sign. Sammy says, funny you mentioned washing machines. I was washing some English engineer... Oh, you were washing an English engineer who makes videos on washers and plans obsolescence. Oh, I think I saw that video, actually. Was he the chap that mentioned that every time you run a wash, it counts up a counter? Here's our last fella. This might be the sniper that was hanging out with me earlier. Or rather, I was hanging out with him. That guy was pretty cool. Oh, don't go back there. This guy's alright. This Hellcat. Yeah, and the engineer guy had a way to like reset the counter or something. I remember seeing that video. Filthy is trying to tie me up with a tongue twister. I have a tank. I have tank. I will flank and spank with my tank. Alright. Okay. Yes, anyway, that's the one. Yeah, I saw that video a while back. And I just thought to myself, thankfully my washing machine is too old and crap to matter. Because my washing machine was made in 2010, and this new one, this replacement, was made in 2013. So, you know, you think about that, and to me that's not even that long ago in terms of planned obsolescence on things. And like, even way back then there was talk about like the batteries in laptops having a counter in them for like cycles, for like charge discharge cycles, and potentially, you know, stopping working or reducing capacity after a while. I think maybe even Apple have baked that in on some of their stuff these days. Maybe, where like they will, internally they'll restrict how much you can charge the battery once it hits a certain number of cycles. I don't know. That's a very interesting topic, and there's pros and cons to doing that kind of stuff. Generally, the way I look at it is your battery should always be user replaceable, because that solves the problem entirely. If your battery gets old, fails, or whatever, and there's nothing wrong with your device, you just pop the battery out and replace it. I mean, that was the same up until really only a few years ago. In fact, I still have a couple of budget phones and stuff, but phones where you can just take the battery out and replace them. But it's even my laptop now, the battery's like built in. You should just be able to pop the battery off and pop a spare on if you need more runtime on your laptop or something, but no, it's built in now. It's still user serviceable in the sense that my laptop, it's a HP Envy line, and they're still okay with like, you can take the back plate off and it doesn't void the warranty or anything because it's expandable, right? Like, there's a spare hard drive slot, or nowadays it's an NVMe slot. There's spare RAM slots and things, and indeed you can just unplug the battery and unscrew it and swap it out if you want to, without voiding any kind of warranties. But it's not great that it's not just easy to remove, hot swappable. That we should bring that stuff back. And they have a lot of justifications for it, like, oh well, you know, if we make the batteries removable, we have to make the entire like back of the case come off, or have the battery somehow slot and plug in, and that affects our like waterproofing ratings and stuff. And people are very big these days. Manufacturers are very big on making phones waterproof now, and you can dunk them in a glass of water. I don't need to be able to dunk my phone in a glass of water. I'm okay with it breaking if I fall off a cruise ship into the ocean and it's in my pocket, because that just doesn't happen. I would rather be able to swap out the battery and stuff like that. So nice features, but nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? It also makes it harder to repair those devices. If you're a repair person, getting into those devices and then resealing them again is often not possible to the level that they were sealed in the factory, and can cause problems and can break things, and it's not great. I'm going to go exactly where I always go on this map, which is Caucasus Bridge, because it's fun. Oh, Sammy, you're into ThinkPads. That's your sexual orientation is ThinkPad. Got it. Yeah, I wouldn't mind picking up a ThinkPad. I have a lot of it's often very much the go-to for people who like sturdy old Linuxy stuff, right? They stood the test of time, you know. And yeah, God, look at the real like row of tanks we've got here. This is nice. Yeah, user replaceable stuff. And yeah, and like, my laptop is relatively new. It's 2 years old. It's one of the higher end. It's like HP's Envy line is the like, oh, you're willing to spend a bit more money? Okay, we'll call it Envy. Actually, this isn't even a HP Envy anymore. They've given it a new name now. It's called Omen. They've given it different branding. HP isn't even written on the box, but it's just their laptop. It's a gaming laptop for gamers. The keys light up. The keys have lights in them. Completely unnecessary, but I like it. It's a nice touch. Anyway, the point is, it's still very much serviceable in that kind of manner. You just take a few screws off, the whole backplate comes off, and you can swap out storage, you can swap out RAM, you can swap out the Wi-Fi module, you can easily replace the speaker modules if they break, and the battery and stuff like that. It isn't as perfect as you'd like, because if you want to get the heatsink to clear out some dust or apply different thermal paste or pads or whatever, that's way more effort. But as laptops go in 2025, I'm happy with how serviceable it is, more or less. Alright, you are correct. They are getting up behind us. There are enough people at the bridge. I wanted to fight on the bridge. I love fighting on the bridge, but I know when there are enough people fighting on the bridge, and we just need to go somewhere else and do something else. Whoa, they are just absolutely flying into us here. They hit our ammo rack. You know, I need that. I really do need that. Sorry, I'm coughing. should be able to see... Oh, no, that guy's going around the corner. I was looking at the wrong fella. Pull back, Proto. What are you doing? Alright, we're going to need to repair our reloader here, because we really need to do as much damage as we can to these guys. I'm not happy with what their artillery is up to either. There's very few of us are left at this point. This is another match where they just trounced us. They just really came in and just obliterated us, didn't they? I'm not going to be able to put enough damage out on these guys. That's the fact of it. I will not be able to put enough damage out to actually kill these fellas in a way that I would be comfortable with. I can reload and fire, but I just can't take enough health off them quick enough. Plus, when their artillery finally gets a good bead on me, I will be done for here. In fact, I am done for. They have a sniper behind me. He's getting up behind me. And that's it for me. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's me done. Ha ha ha! Man, that was a very quick loss. I have never seen a game on this map end this quickly. We're at 11 minutes. What was it at when the game started? They just obliterated us. That was impressive to watch. Oh, go on. Oh, he's not going to be able to kill this last guy. He's taking cover. Oh, man. You just repair your track and go fight, dude. He probably can't. He's probably used everything up. This guy's barely been damaged. No, you're going to just have to go for it. You got 30 seconds. You want to get a kill. You might as well just go for it. Do some damage. Anyway, yeah. Technology. Technology. God, look at how many guys are shooting at this KV-85. Jesus. Again, I'm happy with what I did in that match. I went to the bridge, and then I quickly realized there were too many of our guys at the bridge, and they just drove around us. And I turned around to fight, but perhaps by then it was too late. Perhaps too many people went to the bridge with me. Or I went... How was I the top player on our team? By a very... I was going to say a significant margin, but no, not that significant. I don't think I did well enough to be the top player, necessarily. But I did have some fun. It was good. Am I getting back into this game? Am I getting warmed up again? I don't know. I mean, I'm playing some of my more favourite older tanks here. I'm pulling out the captured KV. I'm pulling out the Churchill. I love the Churchill. I played the Churchill a lot. Yeah, anyway, what was I saying about technology and phones and things? Something about phones and batteries. Yes. Well, here's my tip, which isn't necessarily as useful anymore because manufacturers are baking in hardware and firmware to kind of do this automatically now. But basically, if you're charging a lithium battery like you have in your phone, you generally don't want to charge it all the way to 100%, right? Because... and screw it, let's take the Churchill out again. Because that last, say, 10%, between 90% and 100, puts a significant amount of wear on the battery that you don't get for the other 90%. Like, it still does wear the battery when you drain and charge and drain and charge. But that last 10% is more so. It's not just, it's not a linear progression of wear. And as you'll know, you don't tend to have that 10% for long anyway, right? You start to use your phone after it charges to 100%, and it drops to around 90% relatively quickly. That might be harder to tell these days because they have very clever software that hides that fact in some devices now. Again, some devices are monitoring their battery, discharge curve over time and adjusting the percentage to give the user a more realistic value. But in kind of more hard-coded traditional systems, you will see that percentage drop quite significantly quickly from around 100% to around 90%, and then it'll tend to hover there for a while before it comes down. Sammy here saying you have whole hordes of people who religiously do the 20 to 80% charge, and I'm one of them, kinda. I don't. I guess I would say I am, except mine is about 20 to 90%. I go to 90%, and that's rather the point. If you religiously only charge your device to 90%, which is easy with something like AccuBattery. I use AccuBattery on Android. It monitors your battery usage and provides lots of really fun statistics. So you can actually see charts over the months and years to see the decline of your battery over time. But it will also, you can set a little alert so it beeps your phone when you hit 90% charge, so you can just unplug it. And if you do that religiously, your battery will last longer. That is just a fact. I have tested this out over many years. I have had phones for like 6-7 years that still have a significant portion of their original capacity, and I put it down to this practice, basically, of trying not to let it fully discharge and not letting it charge over 90%. Because really, I've not changed any of my other behaviors in phone usage. It's just that I've begun doing that, and it's really helped. I still have some pretty old phones that I use not as daily drivers or anything. But how about my tablet? I have swapped the battery out twice in my tablet, but my tablet is about 11 or 12 years old now, so yeah. And the reason I've had to change the battery twice instead of just once, oh, they are really ramming us up here, is because they're all like new old stock batteries. So the batteries that I'm swapping out, whilst technically quote-unquote new, are in fact like they have been sat on a warehouse shelf for 6 years or something. We are absolutely going to get fucked here. There are a lot of bad guys up this hill, and I'm going to stay at this hill with my buddy here, but we are fucked. Where is the rest of my team? I'm hoping that they are able to get around the back of the enemy, around that hill, and I do have some snipers behind me, but what is that going over my head? Rockets, I think. Yeah, rockets whizzing by. Sorry I can't check chat right now, because there are theoretically a whole lot of bad guys up this hill. Oh, there's one. There's one. God damn, he got me. So many of our team are down the hill on the other side. They're not engaging these fellas because they're at the bottom of the hill and the enemy are at the top of the hill. What exactly are they doing? Are they fighting someone back there? I don't want to act like I'm complaining. Hello, Cromwell. Oh, he wants to get a shot off on me. He was pissed off that I shot him and he didn't shoot me. Alright, by all means. We'll keep fighting. Yeah, no, keep coming. Keep coming down. Pull on down. Keep coming a little further. Just a little further. That's all I want. This guy is angry. I can wait here. Alright, we got backup on the way in. Let's give this guy behind me a taste of what's happening. I'll push up here and let someone shoot me. So those rockets flying over our heads. Oh, there go our artillery. I think this fucking dickhead, what's he doing? What a twat! Trying to push me. That's just guy griefing me. I'm gonna report him after this. Literally just trying to push me into the enemy. You don't normally hear me get pissed off at people because I normally have no reason to be angry at people. But that guy was intentionally trying to push me into the enemy and get me killed. Just a dickhead. He could have just gone round me. But no. Cerberus Geo. Yeah, you deserve getting hit by all those rockets. Alright, we're going to leave him to his fate. I would have been more than happy to help him out. I swear. But not if you're going to be a dick. I'm going to go help someone else out. My team back here. Oh, good. They got him. That was... I think they got him. Maybe they didn't. We have some, look at that guy calling attention to me. Yeah, no, I ain't helping you. I'm not helping you. I'm going to pull back and I'm going to help our fellas back here. We got some snipers up on this ridge. So if I can provide some assistance, or even actually we have a heavy guy. He's a bit far away. That was a good shot. That was a good shot, enemy fellas. I'm hoping that these guys pull out here to chase our guys down, and I will be here ready to shoot them in the crossfire, and then the snipers can be up on the hill doing something about it, like this, basically. And I'm hoping the sniper can finish this guy off. Like that. That's exactly what I was hoping would happen, and I'm still relatively in cover. Let me just tell that guy that was a good shot, because thank you. Thank you. So we can... It's much easier to kill people in big open ground when defending, you know what I mean? Plus, these guys are just letting me shoot them in the side. Oh, I'm getting hit in the back now, though. I'm done for. But still, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. Oh, man. Let's try and find that guy before I forget, because I will easily... How do I get to the... This section. Where was that guy? What was his name? Cerberus. Report. 5 remaining? Oh yeah, that was definitely unsportsmanlike. Yeah. Wait, what? It didn't give me the option. Oh, for God's sake. God, I was in the middle of doing something. Yeah, you can't just... For those who don't know, in a game like this, you don't push people around like that. It's just rude. It's just rude. Let's see. Let's report. Unsportsmanlike. I mean, yeah, I would say that's unsportsmanlike. It wasn't harassment. Harassment will be doing it a bunch of times. Don't you worry, Sammy. It says we will review. It says it right there. Look, we will review. It's weird that I can only report people 5 times. Is that per day, per month, per year? I don't know. Anyway, sorry. Let me read chat. I got a little bit annoyed at that guy. It's been a while since I've been annoyed at anything. That guy pissed me off. I think it's because I usually play warships, and people just don't grief each other in that game. I mean, it's difficult to grief people in that game, but they tend not to. Period. It's extremely rare to have anyone who is being unpleasant in that game. Now that said, I don't turn on my microphone or anything, so I don't know if maybe people are constantly throwing slurs at me, and I just never hear it because I never turn the audio stuff on in this game. But everyone seems so nice and chill in that game. But I forgot sometimes people in this game can be a little pissy. You know what I mean? All right. What are we gonna pull out? I'm gonna read everything you said in a moment. I'm gonna whip out a tank here. Oh, I like this tank. You remember earlier I was playing that really nippy tank? It might have been this one. It was one of these VK tanks. Well, the Indian is like the next step up in that line, and while I like it. It is still a medium tank, but being like a higher tier tank, it's slower and heavier, and so it takes away from some of what I particularly enjoyed about this line of the VK tanks, which was that it was very fast to get around, very fast to chase things around, very fast to get in and out of cover and do a quick shot and hide and stuff. So I've struggled a bit with getting through this particular tank. Although I guess I've gotten past it now, and again I've gotten to this one, I think, which is the next in this line, and I'm working on it. But yeah, the Indian was I had to change up my tactics a bit with this one. Anyway, let's see. So they never use 40% of their battery. That's one way of looking at it, but that's if you look at it in the very linear manner. The reality is that top 10% of your battery isn't really 10% in terms of usage. And once your battery gets a little bit old, once it hits around 20% or 15%, it tends to drop like a rock anyway. So you would be surprised. It seems like you're losing, 30 or 40%. I mean, I charge to 90%. Charging to 80 is a bit overkill because that 10% between 80 and 90 is definitely something you want to charge to. But and I'm not too worried about letting it drop super low. I mean, I will avoid it if I can, but it doesn't happen very often. But yeah, it was for me mainly the thing I'm religious about is that 10% between 90 and 100. And if you don't charge it, that extra 10%, the battery will last significantly longer. And another thing to note, these days you have fast chargers that put way more juice in instead of the usual like 5 watt stuff, like 2 amp stuff you get. The faster you charge the battery, the more wear you're putting on it. So if you can avoid fast chargers, if you want to care about your battery, if you know like, hey, I want this phone's battery to still be in very good condition in 4 years or 5 years time, that's when you should be religious with this stuff. And I do that because we don't have a lot of money, and phones always become hand-me-down phones, right? So when I'm done with a phone, in 4 years it gets passed on to someone else and it still needs to be useful. But if you don't care about that, then by all means, you just use your phone how you want to use it, and the battery will last, a couple of years, and then you'll swap it out. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be anal about it like I am if you're happy to swap things out, or if you're happy to maybe pay someone to change the battery or whatever. And also, to wrap up what I'll say about the battery stuff, a lot of companies these days are building this logic into the firmware of their like battery management stuff now anyway, to the point where you might even be able to change the setting built in, or it hides that from you. And when your phone says it's at... Uh-oh, they're getting around the back of us. When your phone says it's at 100% charged, it might actually only be 90 because it's kind of hiding the fact that it is now handling that little bit of battery management for you. Wow, bad things are happening to this guy down here. And I'm trying to race back to the base because they're getting behind us a little bit. I don't want that to happen. But yeah, and I apologize for not reading chat. I will in a minute. This game is less forgiving in terms of being able to stop and read chat. Hello there! I went hello there now! Here comes a fella. You're lucky I'm... Oh, no, he's dead. Well, you're lucky you're dead, because I was about to shoot you. I was going to say he's lucky that I'm reloading. Alright, here we go. Baraska's a good tank. That's a tank to be concerned about. Where is he? What's he up to? Is he going to come over this hill or around the bluff? He's way back there. Nah, he's not coming up here at all. He's miles away. Alright. Alright, let's move out and push up a little bit. I'm concerned about that. You know what? I'm going to move up this way because there's a big old chunk of fellas right up here that concern me. Can I perhaps wiggle my way up this hill and shoot down at them a little bit? Can I do that? That would be really cool. Hello! That was the plan. Can I do it again? God, the reload time on this tank. You see what I mean about it just not being quite as nippy? Hey, a King Dragon. King Dragon sends his regards. You see what I mean about it not being, like, the reload time is a little bit longer? I'm not liking these guys moving up. This guy might have turned his tank to face me. It's hard to see if he's facing me or the other guy. Who's he facing? He's run off. He's run off. Tortoise too. Good tank. Alright, that guy won't be back. Shoot some of these fellas? No? Some of these fellas? Maybe this guy? This guy? Can I shoot this guy? Is he round here? Oh, he's around the back of the building. I don't really want to push up like I'm doing here because there's too many avenues for people to get around me because I might just not remember the map as well as I thought I did. But, like this, for example. Hey, they don't like it up 'em. They don't like it up 'em. Right, where's this fella going? He's ranging. That's that Barask from earlier. He's all over the road, this guy. He won't last long doing this. Alright, hang on. I got their artillery's looking at me now. Alright, let's wiggle our way down. Chase some guys down. I mean, I could stay up here, potentially, and see if I can hit someone from up here. I was considering more like just chasing fellas down. I don't like this Barask. I can't do anything about that. I can't... Alright. That's my I'm not really upset noise. Oh, he's coming back now. Like, I could probably have shot at him. Right, where is he? Where's he going? He's coming this way? He's going that way? Decisions, decisions. Why don't we persuade them that they should come to the base? You should come to the base. I'm capturing the base. Why don't you come to the base? There's an AMX. I'm not as concerned about the AMX. He is going after our last sniper, though. Come on, snipes. Get him. You got plenty of health. Screw up that AMX. Come on, come on. Good job. I like to tell people there's good shooting when there's good shooting. I think it's all over now. I'm not sure I'll even get to the fight before it's over. We are missing a scout. Where's their scout? We don't see him. I'm gonna assume my team can handle those couple of guys up there. And on the off chance that their scout is trying to be sneaky and get to our artillery, I'm gonna come down here. Because our guys can definitely handle the rest of what's going on up there, and I don't like the idea that some little lone scout can see which way the wind's blowing and just wants to pop our artillery and one last hurrah or something, you know what I mean? It's always good to cover your flanks. Because it really is just this one scout now. And I was correct. He is here. And I missed. But you know what? There you go. You gotta go with your gut sometimes. I figured this is what he was gonna be doing. Will we hit him? Yes. Ah. Alright. Newer phones are starting to get 7,000 milliamp hour and above batteries. That sounds great. That sounds great. Plus, as phones get better and better, one of the marvelous things about modern devices, which I think people, maybe some younger people, depending on like if they're really young, they may not even realize this, but like when I was a teenager, we're just going to sit here for a moment and appreciate the weird scene we've got ahead of us here. When I was a teenager, it was all about raw power in devices, and more PCs than phones, really. And everything was using so much power, power, power. And then like the Pentium 4 was the apex of that. And then eventually, well, like we can't just keep ramming more power into things and getting more and more clock speed, more heat out of them, using more power, blah blah blah. So we'll go to like multi-core stuff. We'll have the Core 2 Duo. It's got 2 cores. Wow. But the point is, alongside that, I think a lot of people just focus on the like, oh, now we have more and more and more cores and blah blah blah. But as well as that, as an undercurrent of that, very very smart people, engineers, scientists, for a very long time now, have been working on minimizing how much power devices use. To the point now that I'm amazed at how powerful a phone is. How much raw power, like my phone isn't even an amazing phone, and it's more powerful than my really cool gaming PC that I had when I was 18. But that was like a Pentium 4 or like a Core 2 Duo or whatever. It's way more powerful than that and uses way less power. And even my phone of today uses way less power than my phone of like 10 or 15 years ago. And so you have to kind of, for me, I have to rethink. It's a bit like inflation. You know how you get used to how much things cost, and then inflation happens, and then suddenly it's been 20 years, and you feel insulted that something costs way more money, and it's not actually way more money. It's just that you're not used to the way inflation has made everything seem more expensive. It's kind of the opposite for battery capacities, because I think my phone has something like a 3,000 and something milliamp hour battery, and years ago that wouldn't have sounded all that good, but now that's great. My phone lasts ages on that. It's amazing. Oh, that's the end of that little anecdote. It's just like the batteries haven't needed to get better at the same rate because the technology uses less power, and it's amazing. It's amazing. And yes, speaking of like silicon carbide batteries, they do sound cool. And and yeah, Chinese brands. I have a Xiaomi at the moment. I don't want to buy another one of these. The Chinese brands, they make good stuff when it comes to phones. They make perfectly good, solid, excellent hardware. And they're extremely affordable for someone like myself who, like, have you seen how much, like, regular phones cost? Like, I would not spend more than £300 on a mobile phone. Even that seems like a bit much. Like, if it had some incredibly, insanely, crazy, amazing feature, maybe I'd pay £400. But that's really pushing it for a phone. For a phone now, you know? And there are some of these phones going for like £1,000 or more. And I'm like, dude, I could buy a laptop for that. It's a phone. Anyway, the point is that these like very, very good Chinese phones are like 250 quid or something, and they're good. There's nothing wrong with them. They're good. They're good phones, but the software is kind of pants. I mean, on the one hand, it's Android, which is great, but they lock down the bootloaders on these things. You can't easily do custom ROMs and things, and just the software is just a bit pants, especially for you know what? Let's see what I'm actually leveling up here. Why don't we take a tank out that I'm actually leveling up? Yeah, I could try the Tiger tank. I don't know that I've had the biggest success with this tank yet, but we'll give it a go. The problem I've had with these phones is, and I've used what's the other one? Is it Huawei? They're even worse than Xiaomi. Xiaomi are the best when it comes to this issue, but they're still not perfect. There's a lot of power management that they shove into these phones that will kill applications in the background and stuff like that to try to minimize battery usage and stuff. And that sounds great, but they don't really put you in the driver's seat of being in control of that. To the point that while Xiaomi aren't so bad and you can dig down and more or less mostly tell them to just stop doing it with this application or that application or that, it's still not perfect. It still kills my applications sometimes. Like just 2 days ago, it killed Spotify while I was using it listening to music. So that's not great. But the other brand, Huawei or whatever they're called, I think it was them. Or was it a different... Is there a different manufacturer I'm forgetting that isn't those two? I forget now, because we have one of them. We have one of those phones somewhere. I can't use the thing because they not only do they not give you any control over that battery management stuff, so it will just kill your applications at random, but there is actually a built-in secret hidden list of actual official applications that they won't do that to because they know not to do it. They've got a list of like popular stuff. I bet like things like Spotify are probably on that list, right? But if you run a lot of like littler other applications that aren't going to be on that big main hidden list, then you're kind of screwed. And so when I was running like I was trying to do like my GPS like exercise tracking thing, but it would just kill the application while it ran in my pocket, you know? Things like that. I couldn't use that phone. It was the Honor something or other. It was H-O-N-O-R, the H-O-N-O-R. It was the Honor something or other. Whatever that brand is, don't buy those. But yeah, so on the one hand, I don't want to buy another Xiaomi phone because it's better than those other ones, but not perfect. I would like to buy something like a Samsung or a Google or whatever, but the price is just insane. It's just these Western phones are so expensive. They're all made in China anyway, by the same people in more or less the same factories. Anyway, but yeah, phones and technology are amazing. It's great stuff. If I require a new phone, yeah, but see, that's the thing. I don't want a used phone because you never know with used devices, especially when it comes to like battery wear, you know? Because when I buy a phone, I'm expecting to use it for at least 6 years. I want to get a good 6 years out of it. And so if I'm buying a phone that's already been worn down by someone who like doesn't take care of the battery or something, or uses it super heavily and stuff, you just never know. You never know with that stuff. Oh dear, maybe I don't want to get spotted actually. There's someone up there. Alright, we're gonna... I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go up this hill. I know we've kind of not engaged the enemy yet, but a lot of this game is only engaging when it's wise to do so, using your brain before you're brawn. And if I can get up behind this rock, then I have the potential to be able to engage the enemy and quickly get into cover when needed. Although I don't want this scout to just pop up here and spot me either, because that wouldn't be great, because we can't see them at the moment. I wish I could see that guy. I'm having fun. Does it sound like I'm not having fun? I'm having a good time. I got Sammy's here chatting with me about phones. This is great. This is perfect. They are getting around us. I think by the time I got up here, the fight kind of moved on. But then there are still guys to watch out for way up there. But they seem like they've seriously gotten behind our lines now. Screw this. I can't get up that hill. Can I get up and around this bit here? That would be really good. Is that possible? You know what? I've gotten into a point now where they don't realize that I'm behind them, I think. There's so much going on here. But yeah, let's start engaging. Hello! I gotta watch out. There's potentially guys up that hill as well. Oh, is there a scout just... Oh no, where is that scout? He's way over there. Okay. Their artillery shouldn't be able to hit me from here. These guys, on the other hand, they're not going around, are they? No, they're still here. Okay, come on out. I really don't want those guys on the far right to get me. Ah, I missed him. Come on, I pay a lot of money for these fancy rounds. The least you could do is let me shoot you. We have once again lost the game. God damn. By all means, shoot me. God damn it, I didn't quite have enough reload there to hit that guy at the time. They're getting up behind us now as well. And that my concern from earlier on, from them hitting me back there, at this point, they're everywhere. Oh, hello. By all means, let me shoot you. I mean, I'm done for. Look at the map. There's nothing I can do. Nothing. It's just over. At least I did some damage in the end. Shot him and crashed into him. And did I kill him? Someone killed him. I don't think it was me. Oh, no. Cute Locket 607 got him. Do they depreciate quickly? That's probably good then, yeah. Because, yeah, I don't mind. I've never tried the Google line of phones. I'm a big researcher, certainly. God, sometimes I love sitting here and just listening to my tank burn. Just listen to that. That's some good Foley work. Whoever just set a fire in a like someone at the Wargaming offices went outdoors, set a fire in a barrel, sat next to it with a microphone and just started recording that for a while. I don't know anything about Google's line of phones. I know people go on about how great they are, so I'm reasonably confident they'll be good. But yeah, it'll be a while till I get a new phone. It'll be at least another year. I just don't have the money to get a new phone. The one thing I did invest in, and it was even then it was more expensive than I would have liked to, but I invested in a new pair of headphones, which means I won't be able to buy a new phone for at least a year or two now. So this phone still works, you know. It's fine. Thankfully, there's nothing overly wrong with it. But yes, and the headphone thing. I had a. Should we wait till the game ends in 3 minutes? I mean, we're winning. We're winning, right? That's us winning on the left, right? I think. I hope. It's hard to tell because everything's just red. Did we win or did we lose?
Let's get out of here.
Did we lose? I never can tell when you look at the base thing at the top. But I guess the one on the left was our base and we lost. Damn. Okay, so, and this is a good insight into my kind of, I have ADHD, which you may have noticed, and one of the things, I don't tend to like calling it a superpower because it's very debilitating and it's a huge problem, but it does have the occasional benefit, and one of the things I'm very good at is doing incredibly deep, intensive research into things. So, like, if I were to buy a new phone, I would look up every single possible detail about all of the phones that are, and the pros and weigh the pros and cons. Anyway, so I wanted some headphones, but I didn't just want to waste money. So I wanted to solve a problem I had, and the problem I have is I go out and I do a lot of walking, and it gets boring after a while. You go on the same walk several times a week, it gets boring, right? So I wanted to listen to some stuff. But let me whip out a tank here. You whip out. I know what I want to pull out. I want to pull out my Oho. So I wanted some stuff. Now I have some like earphones, some wireless earphones, right? This is the first pair of wireless earphones I got. It's earphones, but they have batteries in them so that you don't even have to plug them into your phone with a cable. Amazing modern technology. I know I am being a bit silly, but it was the first pair I got. But the problem is they're too good. I can't hear anything that's going on around me. And the other problem is I think my ear holes are a different size to most people because they basically just fall out all the time. I tried all the different sizes of like the inserts and none of them really worked particularly well. So in the end I had to buy some like special foam ones, which are a bit like, you know foam earplugs where you have to kind of squish them and then you stick them in your ear and then you hold them there for 20 seconds and they expand and kind of lock in place. You can get that, but for earbuds. So I got those. And that worked well. It didn't fall out of my ear anymore. But the problem is, if I want to put these things in or take them out, I kind of have to hold them in place for 30 seconds while they kind of seal themselves into my ear. It's a whole thing. And you can't hear anything that's going on around you. Even with the audio pass-through thing, it's just not great. So I'd be out on a walk and people would be like coming up behind me trying to get past me, on like tiny trails and stuff, and I was seemingly very rude and not letting them past until they would tap me on the shoulder or something. So I just can't use them because you need to, unlike if I'm cycling, you need situational awareness. If you're a cyclist, I don't often call people idiots, but if you're a cyclist and you're just wearing those earbuds, you are a fool, my friend. You're going to get run over or cause someone else trouble, you know. So I needed something else, and I have a friend who cycles to work every day in all kinds of weather and all kinds of conditions. He's a train driver, and he uses bone conduction headphones, right? Yes, you can turn the noise cancelling off, but it still doesn't help, because you've literally got things stuck in your ears and you can't really hear what's going on around you, even with noise cancelling off. So this guy has these bone conduction headphones, and I didn't realize the technology had come like far enough to where they actually were decent yet. And I was like, oh, okay, bone conduction, because for those who don't know, it's basically a strap that just touches the skin next to your ear, presses up against the bone that's in your head, and it vibrates that instead of sticking in your ear hole. So he can listen to stuff and not lose any situational awareness. Great, I thought, right? But when I looked into them, they're quite expensive and the sound quality is very poor. And I wasn't thrilled by that. Hello. Don't worry, I have a second gun. It just isn't as low. Hang on, come on, zoom out. Well, I hit him and he hit me. I probably should have just reversed at that point, but I couldn't be bothered. So I kind of looked into this bone conduction stuff, and what I eventually decided was that the audio quality was going to be too poor and they were very expensive. So I kept on looking, and it turns out there was a whole genre of ear accessories that, God, look at this guy getting rolled up on, that I didn't know existed, called open ear headphones and open ear earphones, which are designed very specifically to let as much sound as possible through while still giving you a reasonably good auditory experience. And I was originally looking at the Shox bone conduction stuff, and I'd looked into Shox and I confirmed that they were a good company, they make good stuff. And it turns out that they do a they do an open ear earphone which hooks over your ear like the back of a pair of glasses, and sits over your ear, kind of not in your ear, but kind of over your ear, leaving plenty of space open to hear what's going on around you. And they have very good sound, because generally, the general consensus is obviously it's a trade-off, right? The kind of open ear earphones are never going to sound as good as the ones that you properly stick in your ear and conceal into your ear, but these ones are shockingly good, and they're called the Shox Open Fit 2 Plus is what they're called. Shox Open Fit 2 Plus. I know the names on things, right? And they solved a lot of problems for me, and I can confirm that they indeed have, because I purchased them as a little early Christmas present for myself. It's kind of this is the one purchase I'm making this year. I can't get anything else. Let's hope nothing breaks. They're very good. Yes, they're expensive, certainly. But you know me, or at least you do now after we've had this little discussion, and you know that I like to... There's a lesson for people who don't have a lot of money. And I don't remember, there's a very clever way of saying it, but poor people can't afford to buy cheap, right? Because you buy something cheap and it will break and you will have to buy another one. So generally we invest in something better. We don't tend to buy things often, and we save money where we can. I buy cheap clothes. I don't get takeaways. I don't go out to eat. I very rarely go out anywhere. I don't buy fancy stuff. You know, the headphones I have on my head at this very moment to do this stream are like 15 plus years old. You know, we save money in many, many, many ways, and occasionally we make a bigger purchase. And it's usually I'm happy to pay a little bit extra money to know I'm getting something that will not just be broken in a year or two. So, like, yeah, you buy cheap, you buy twice kind of thing. That's not always the case, but it is the case often enough. I'm just going to follow these guys because I don't know this map very well. I'm going to follow these guys up here. But yes, so a bit pricey, but after looking into it and weighing the pros and cons, I went with it. And I'm very pleased. I wonder why that guy's shooting me. I'm very pleased. Ah. And he's giving a little sad face. I didn't do anything. What? Why I didn't do anything, fella? He knows something I don't, it seems. Yeah, but I'm very happy with them. I used them the other day. I was outdoors for 6 hours doing some work on something. And, like, they stayed on my ears, for one thing, because they hook over your ear. They're very comfortable. They didn't at any point feel like they were going to hang off my ear or come away in any way, shape, or form. They were very, very secure, which is important to me, because when I'm doing work on things, I might be twisting my head in funny directions, and I wasn't going upside down, but I was certainly going in some directions, you know? I just shot over his shoulder. I do not want their artillery to hit me. Let's just pull back against this this thing here. I think they're firing on the heavy guy to my left. They sound really good. They're the best sounding things I have at the moment, just period. You shoot me, I shoot you, fella. That's how this works. And the battery was fine, blah, blah, blah. And I appreciate that they have physical buttons. And that was one of the things that sold me on that one. I could have got a different brand that apparently sounded a bit better, and they were cheaper, but they didn't have physical buttons. They just had capacitive buttons. And I don't mind capacitive for certain things, but not for little earphones, because when I use the other earphones that I've used in the past, the inner ear ones, what are they called? It begins with J. I think I said it earlier. The J something or other. I forget what the brand name is. But like, you'd be fiddling with your earphones and stuff, and you'd be pressing the button accidentally, you know? And so that just wasn't great. I'm not happy with capacitive buttons on little fiddly earphones. So this has a real physical button on both of them. Wow, that guy fired without even being able to see me, and he hit me. I'm going to climb up this wall in protest. Yeah, so they have real physical buttons as well as capacitive, but by default the capacitive is turned off. And you can set what you want them to do. You can set what you want all those buttons to do, which I'm very happy with. So it's little touches like that. And the app works well, and the equalizer that's built in works really well. It sounds good straight out of the box, but if you play with the EQ, it can sound amazing, man. So yeah, no, I'm thrilled. They worked really, really well. You got me this time. Right, this isn't a great place to be. I've got heavy guys moving up on us, guys getting around the back of us, and I'm essentially pinned down. Well, I'm not pinned down. I can turn around. But I'm pinned in by this one guy who's up behind this rock. And he is just keeping us busy. And what's this? This guy's just kind of hanging out, which, fair. If he moved up, it would be bad times for him. But I'm not entirely sure what I can do here. You know? Like, because that guy is just waiting for me to pop my head out, and every time I do, he can see me. There really is nothing I can do here. Do I sit here and just do nothing for ages, or do I turn around and try and go somewhere else? Their artillery would be able to get a beat on me if I did. See, that guy just fired up here, assuming that maybe I was parked there. He is absolutely pinpoint waiting for me right now. And I'm just not sure what to do. We're holding him back by simply sitting here. He can't move up on us. But I feel like our heavy guys are doing a good enough job of that themselves. So I might... Who's aiming at me? Who can see me right? Wait, who can see me? Is there someone on the beach? I'm down here. Who can see me? They'd have to be behind us. Who could see me just now? That was really weird. We have a sniper right there. I don't think I'll be able to hit him. I might have to turn around, bring the turret around, and then reverse towards him just to show as little of my body off as possible. Come on, reverse please. Thank you. This thing struggles on the reverse. Don't see him. Oh great, we got a sniper moving up here now. We're done for. I'm going to send a little SOS just so that people know things that... Come on, SOS, let's go. Things are going extremely badly here. At this point, I can't stick my head out again. I have to wait for them to come to me. If I stick my head out, I die. If I look up... Oh, I keep trying to lock the turret with the World of Warships turret locking. If I stick my head out up there, there are guys up there ready to shoot me. If I stick my head out here, there's that guy that's ready to shoot me as well. And there he is, I think. This Pershing. I mean, look, screw it. I'll stick my head out. But he's... I am on death's door. He is on death's door. We both know it. There is nothing I can do at this point. I'm completely stuck. He's just waiting for me to stick my head out. Oh, never mind. There's a heavy guy moving in. Hello! Man, talk about a tough match there. Like, I thought maybe if I could pull back I could get away, but I was pinned in and I couldn't push forward because that guy was going to get me. Just a tough old spot to be in there, in such a little weak tank like what I had. That Pershing, if I could have just got one more penetrating hit on him, he'd have been dead and we could have moved on earlier before they managed to push forward. And there goes that heavy guy that was helping hold this flank down. Our artillery is done for. Like, you look at him on the minimap. I mean, he's parked way back there, but there is nothing stopping them from getting to him now. Our guys might still win, because the other side of the battle, our guys seem to have cleared house. Why don't I just look at the map here? Like, they seem to have cleared house and are coming around. The cavalry is on their way. A bit too late for us. But they might, if they can stick together and force multiply, and if they can take out their artillery, they could probably clear house here. Anyway, yes, so shocks, expensive, but you know what you're getting. Nice 2-year warranty, blah, blah, blah. And I'm very pleased with them. They sound really shockingly good, and I can hear everything around me. That's the amazing part. My ear is not blocked. There's that Pershing again. Honestly, fair play to him. He was a good player. He is a good player, that guy. My ears aren't blocked, and I can hear everything going on around me whilst I'm listening to something, and it all sounds really good, and there's a surprising amount of bass, especially when you tweak the equalizer. I'm shocked. And I know maybe this is old hat for other people, but I can connect it to 2 devices at once. So I can have it connected to my phone and the PC, and it will, like, if I'm listening to something on the PC, it will play on the PC, but then if I get a phone call or a notification on the phone, it will stop that, and it will play the phone thing instead. It's just fantastic. It's just fantastic, man. I've only had it for a few days, so you never know. Maybe I'll find some issue with it, but I think I'm going to have these for a good few years. I think they solve all of my problems right now, which is nice. Anyway, why did we get onto the subject of headphones? I don't know. But yeah, so I won't be able to buy a new, I must be near the bottom. God, how was I not at the bottom considering how little I did in that match? I won't be able to get a new phone for at least another year or two because, I mean, really, the cost of these headphones was like half the cost of a new phone or something, you know what I mean? But I will now be able to hear people when I'm out walking or cycling or something. If someone's coming up behind me on a tight trail, and I've got these headphones on listening to something, and they're like ringing their bell or saying excuse me, I'll be able to hear them. Plus, not as pleasant a thing to think about, but you always got to keep your head on a swivel for getting mugged or getting attacked, right? So one of the things, for example, that I was looking at when I was researching all these different things is I want something low profile that doesn't look too stealable, you know? But also, you got to keep your ear out. You know, you got to know if someone's behind you, and they're gonna be as quiet as possible or whatever. But still, you got to keep your head in a swivel. Certainly, wearing headphones or sticking earphones in your ears. I mean, if you're out in the middle of the city, it's fine. But if you're out like me and you're walking on like quieter little areas where you don't get many people walking, and it might be dark, you never know. It might be a funny time of day, especially around here. I don't live in a good area. You always got to keep your head in a swivel. Always be ready. Always be prepared to be mugged or attacked or something. What are we going to whip out here? What are we going to... Should we bring out something fun? Like my Minuteman. Oh, I love my Minuteman. Is it my favourite tank? I don't know, but it's certainly up there. What, where I live sounds delightful, Sammy? I mean, maybe it's not as bad as I'm making out. And to be honest, over the past 15 years or so, or the past decade maybe, it's gotten better. To the point where it's going a little bit in the other direction, and it's being a bit gentrified now. Like, people are buying up houses here and raising the prices of things and bringing like a bit of strangeness to the area with their wealth. There are people who own 2 cars, and some of them are those silly big like American-y, not American, but like SUV kind of things. Like, it's just silly. Like some of my neighbors, for example, these particular neighbors, they've got money, and you can tell. And one of the ways you can tell they have money is that they're always celebrating something with fancy, expensive things outside their house. But like, okay, so they've put a bunch of Christmas decorations up. It's November right now. They've been up for like a week and a half or something. So they put Christmas decorations outside their house halfway through November. And why? Why? I ask you, what's going through their heads? Ooh, where do I go here? What do I do? I'm gonna go down this way. I don't know. Let's let this guy past. But no, they're harmless really. But the point is that things have gotten better. To a point. Wealthy people moving in and raising the prices of things has not been ideal. But we have things now like, we have a coffee shop. We have a Costa coffee now. You can buy coffee. We even have a Subway. You can buy sandwiches now. So, well, I mean, you could always buy sandwiches at the local cafe, but like, we have a Subway now. We're up market. You know what I'm saying? One of my neighbors got a delivery from Ocado recently. I don't think I've ever seen an Ocado van before. They're like fancy. They're like a fancy shop. I don't know. Can I shoot that guy? Not anymore, I can't. But see, that's the problem, getting an early start on the festivities. And like, that's fine. And look, okay, let me preface this by saying I know that I sound a bit like a humbuggy kind of whatever. It's just that I think that part of what makes all of this stuff special is how time limited it is, right? If it were Christmas every day, Christmas wouldn't feel good anymore, you know? So it's not something that you want to have every day. And we have a couple of weeks of it, a year, and that's more than enough. But if you consider, like, they're putting their Christmas decorations up just after bonfire night, more or less. So their decorations are up mid-November, and then, like, are they going to stay up until New Year's? So that for them, Christmas is a whole month and a half long. By the time Christmas actually comes, they will be... Dude, if I could shoot this guy. There we go. By the time Christmas is here, they'll have had their decorations up for a month and they won't feel special anymore. You're lucky I didn't crash into you, fella. That's my only gripe, really. And also, it makes it less special for me because as one of their neighbors, I have to look out of my window and see these decorations every day. And they don't feel special if they've been there for weeks, long before we actually put the decorations up. You know what I mean? And they have kids, and it's the same thing. Like, it must not feel special for the kids if it's like an entire month, because a month and a half for a child is a really long time. Like, time flies when you're a kid. That's one of the great things about being a kid. So like, Christmas being like a month and a half long versus being like 2 weeks or something. This guy really is getting big for his britches. Look at him pushing us here. My own guy is getting in my way. Dude, go anywhere but where you currently are, man. Thank you. Nice! Good job, fella. See what I mean? That guy was getting too big for his britches. He thought he could beat both of us. Keep coming. Keep coming. I have to watch out for artillery, but I'm more than happy to... See, that's what I'm watching out for. Oh, I just died as I pulled my trigger. Man, that's the thing with the Minuteman. She's a bit slow. But yeah, no, but I am the least humbug there possible. You should see my Christmas decorations. They are what most people would call excessive. I really go all out on Christmas. It's my favorite time of the year. I love Christmas, but we put decorations up like the weekend before Christmas Day, right? So they're up for like 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks if we feel like it. And that's a good amount of time so that you can enjoy them, but they don't get old and the novelty doesn't wear off, you know? I like it. I think that works. Yeah. But I think having a sign on your house that says Merry Christmas on like the 15th of November, I think think there are a few. What's a Christmas way? What's a Christmas phrase way of saying this? There are a few gingerbread men short of a Christmas tree, and I don't know. It's a bit weird. But no, yes. Back to the point I was saying earlier. But those headphones are great, and I particularly like being able to hear what's going on because like I've been mugged many times in my life because I live around here, you know, and you've always got to have your head on a swivel. I remember one time I was mugged, but my mobile phone was so old they didn't want it, so they just chucked it onto the road and left. That's what you got to do. If you own shit stuff, people won't want to steal it, you know? Yeah. So anyway, keep your head on a swivel. Always be careful. Always, I see this a lot these days. When I was young and mobile phones were first getting into the hands of like teenagers, we were the first generation of kids that all had mobile phones, right? And I got my first mobile, I think I was 13, maybe 14, around there, maybe 13 and a half or something, 14. It was a Christmas present. But there was a big ad campaign that the government did about like, you know, staying safe and basically, you know, taking care of your valuables. And it was like, you know, put your phone away in your pocket when you're not using it. Don't show it off or anything, that kind of thing. And I think we need another ad campaign like that now, because these days I see people with these super expensive phones and they're just holding them loosely in their hand as they walk down the street. They're not even using them. They've just not put them away. And it just, if I could just grab it from your hand. You're making it easy. It almost feels like it's a police bait sting operation with how they're walking down the street, basically saying, "Steal my phone. Look, I'm not paying any attention to what's going on around me." Yeah, I've been mugged a few times. I live in a really shitty area. As I say, it's improved these days, but the story I always like to tell, the way I always like to really frame it is the government does this thing called the Multiple Deprivation Index, which is where they look at individual small wards, which can be like a portion of a neighbourhood. It can get quite small, get quite tight. And there are 9,000 of these wards in England, or 9,000 and something. So that gives you an idea of like how much they kind of split the country up into these wards, and they give them a score based on access to healthcare, based on education, based on employment levels, based on crime levels, everything, and they decide how deprived an area is, right? My little area came at the absolute zero bottom of the list when I was a teenager, when they did, because they don't do the deprivation index every single year or anything, but the last time they did it, my little area was at the absolute bottom in the country. And we even had the Prime Minister, David Cameron, come and pay us a visit and stuff. We got in the newspapers. I'm gonna die now. I think I may have pushed a bit too far forward here. I am hoping I can get behind this little hill and avoid artillery, but I'm a big boy and that's probably not gonna happen. Anyway, yes. I think I've parked in... I don't know this map, that's the problem. And I don't think I'm able to move back. Where is there's the guy behind me? Oh, it's just all those people. Oh, no. Okay. So lesson learned, don't come to this side of the map if I play on this... That's the second time today I've come over here. Kind of the big problem is my entire team went the other way and it was just me. But lesson learned, do not come over here if you play this map. If you are me, maybe try going over there instead. I'll try that next time. But yeah, so back then, we got on the front page of the newspapers because there was a photograph of the Prime Minister walking through the streets of my area, kind of being like, "Ooh, look how deprived and awful it is. We need to put money into it and buy more police and things." And the local yobbos. We used to have, I don't know how violent these fellas were, but we used to have gangs of teenagers wandering the streets with like meat cleavers and things, and I think they occasionally fought each other. They were mostly harmless because they were out to get each other and not random people. But the point is, yes, this area was very dangerous in its day, and we've not had an attempted murder now on my street in like 10 years or something. And I remember that because it was over the road from me. There were these mental people living in a house, really, really off their rocker they were. And so they often made a lot of noise, and you just ignored it because they were mad. They were mental. There was something really funny with them in the head. And one day I was hanging out playing video games or something. I don't know what I was doing. And they started screaming something awful. And I ignored them because they're always screaming. And it turns out that there had been like a drive-by attacking. It was a drive-by stabbing or something. I'm not sure how that works. You pull up and try and do a bit of a stab and then you leave. I don't know. Anyway, there was a drive-by murder attempt there, and of course it was them lot because I don't know, because mental attracts mental, I suppose. You know, I saw that woman once as an example of how mental that woman was. I saw her once out my window, and she just had a sledgehammer, which I'm sure wasn't hers because she would never have needed or owned a sledgehammer. And she was just smashing up her own driveway. It's a rental house. It's a council house. It's not like it was hers. And it's just that kind of, just like, idle destruction. Just, well, here's a sledgehammer. I might as well just smash the floor up just because. It's that kind of mindset, you know? But anyway, that was like a decade ago now. And while we do get the occasional high-speed car chase go past, there was one a few days ago, actually. We've only had one this year. This just happens to have been this week. I capture it on the little security camera outside. It's fun to watch because we have speed bumps outside. And so the cars, they kind of fly over the speed bumps whenever they do a little car chase. The point is, whether you live in an area that seems safe or not, you should always be careful with your devices. Don't just hold them in your hand lazily. Don't just put them down on a table in a cafe or out in public. If you're not holding it and being aware of the people around you and what's going on, put it away. Put it in your pocket, because it would be so easy to steal. I've never stolen anything. I'm not a thief, but I know how they work. I know how they think, and because I'm always watching out for them. And Jesus, the way people just wave their phone around, they want to be mugged. You know what I mean? You don't even have to mug them. You can grab the phone and be gone before they even know it's happened. You don't even have to do the mugging. You just grab their stuff and leave. It's like they want to be robbed. Oh, I don't know. It's really weird, man. But yeah, just stay safe. Take care of yourself. Take care of your stuff, because it's, you know, it's expensive. Hello, friend. Beep. Beep, beep. That's me reversing, because I know there are people that can see me that I can't see. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. My bad. I was getting the hell out of here. Oh, their artillery wants me now. Ooh, that was a close one. I'm just gonna take a moment. Anyway, sorry. Let me read chat. Numerous videos about cities in the UK, specifically London, thieves on electric bikes. Yeah, exactly. That's it's quite a thing, especially as you say, because they're on electric bikes. Although they used to just be on regular bikes. And yeah, they just grab stuff because people just wave their stuff around, basically. All right, this is a bad spot to be. There's no point in me doing this at all, because this artillery has us absolutely locked in. I could go down there. There's a little way down onto the embankment there, but as you can see, they're being fired on as well. Really, what would be great is if our artillery. What would be handy when you're playing artillery in this game? One of the things you can sometimes do is train your eyeballs where you think their artillery is, and when they fire, you see the shot come from the ground, and you can fire at them without ever having seen them, and that can be really useful. Because right now we have a whole section of our team being pinned in by essentially one or two artillery guys. Wow, their guys are just committing suicide. Look at that. 2 of their tanks just killed themselves. Oh, wow. Okay, our guys have really moved up. Okay, hell yeah. Thank you for the follow. I'm going to read this. I'm going to try and read the name out. DeGrace of Spirits P. DeGrace of Spirits P. What's that mean? That's an interesting name. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Oh, why did I stop? Sometimes when I nudge the controller left or right, it thinks I'm nudging it forward and then it hits the brakes. I'm worried about our artillery. He's about to die. Oh, that's a shame. The guy that just followed me got banned because he was a spammer. No. I wonder what the spam was. Well, now I'm not thanking you anymore. I will go in a second and see. It's usually very accurate with that stuff. I've not seen Seribot make a mistake yet. Oh, just over his head. So usually it's very accurate. Someone's aiming their gun at me and I don't like it. I hope it's just this guy. They still have a lot of their team left. Like, we may be pushing in on them here. Oh, what a terrible shot was that? Come on, he's going to hit me. He's going to hit me and run away. Oh, for God's sake. Now I'm getting hit by that sniper up there. Best thing I can do is get behind this rock. And, how am I missing these shots? He's right there. Come on. I can't hit him anymore. I can't hit him anymore. And they have a sniper off to my right, so I don't want to pull out in front of this rock, but I really want to help our scout before this equalizer reloads. Okay, okay. Alright, there is a guy here. I need our guys to know this so that we can push in on them, because, well, they're taking our base anyway, so I think they're going to win by capturing the base. Come on, fire your gun. There we go. There, he has fired. Didn't help very much. There we go. Good hit on him. I had to keep moving because he will slaughter me otherwise. Good job. Good job. We've lost on base capture alone. There's only one of them in their base. If we can... isn't there a capture the base thing? Or like a defend this position? Yeah. If we could just sit here and not get slaughtered by their team, then we have every chance of winning just capturing the base. But they have... Well, they might not be able to get here in time. We do have this guy who's racing over to give us hell. There he comes. Where is he? He just wants to spot us, I think. Ah, I just missed him. There we go, a win. Let's see if I can bring up the mod stuff. What did that guy actually say? Does it show me their messages? Yeah, I can look at their messages. Oh. Huh. I don't know if that was a bot or not. I think it could be. Because, okay, so I'm reading the, I'm reading what that user said. And they said that they've been enjoying my streams. Very generic. And then they said, kindly add me to connect on Discord. But, like... I don't know. That kind of sounds like spam, doesn't it? That kind of sounds like... Who would want to talk to me on Discord? Oh, how do I get out of this? Where's my keyboard? Let me have a look at this. Oh, yeah. Well, and they're in a really new account as well that was only just made recently. I guess it probably was a spammer. I think that if it's... I think they're able to, like, send a message. If someone gets banned on a Twitch thing, they're able to send some kind of, like, petition, right? Or something, or a message? I think they're allowed to send one message. Is that a thing? Did I make that up? Anyway, yes. Sammy says you should be able to do that in society and not fear being robbed. I agree. You absolutely should. Sadly, we will never live in the kind of utopia where we can leave our stuff out openly and not get robbed. Because humans are always going to be humans. It would be really nice, though. It really would. I agree. And certainly in, like, small communities, you can have that. When everyone knows everyone in a town and it's a small place that doesn't have a lot of, like, people coming in from the outside. But when you live in a major metropolitan city like myself, even though I'm in the suburbs here, like, you will see people. It's a new person every day, right? There's always new people, and you can't have that same level of trust for the myriad of strangers you will see every day, sadly. Oh, sadly. Ooh, let's bring out my... I can't pronounce it, so I'm going to call it a low. I know it's not pronounced low. I forget how you pronounce it, but this is a cool... I like this tank. It's a pretty beefy, shooty, powerful tank. I like it. But yeah, I would love to live in a world where we just didn't have to worry about that stuff. Oh, I really would. That'd be great. That would be great. Because I acknowledge that, like, the amount that I keep my head on a swivel... and keep my eye on everyone going past. Even if a lady's, like, going past with a pram or something, you never know. You never know. right? Maybe they don't have a kid in that pram. Maybe they're just gonna mug you. And like, it doesn't. Women can mug you too. You know what I mean? Like there's this idea in people's minds that like, oh, it's only men that mug people or whatever. But it can be anyone. Is the point? Anyone. You shouldn't trust anyone, and kids especially, because honestly, most of the times that I've been mugged, it was kids. It was teenagers. But like if there's like 5 teenagers or whatever, and they've all got knives, or half the time they didn't have knives, to be honest. You don't need to be armed. Like if you're getting mugged for like 5 people, even if they are like 15-year-old kids, what are you gonna do? My father would probably fight them off if they didn't have weapons. I remember the first time we ever got a CD player. That's right, a compact disc player. Our very first compact disc player. He bought it in the pub second hand off someone, and he was coming home at the end of the night when the pubs were kicking out, and he got mugged, right? And I think it was only 2 blokes, and he fought them off anyway, and he got the CD player home for us. But he could not get up the stairs to go to bed for like a week. He was so hurt from the beating he received. I mean, he gave as good as he got, and he got home with his CD player. But he was so bruised and beaten up that he couldn't get up the stairs, and he had to sleep on the floor in the living room for a week until he recovered to get back up the stairs. But, you know, I have a lot of respect for him for standing his ground like that. I'm a bit weaker and more pathetic. I'm not a fighter. I've never really been in a fight in my life, you know. If someone wants to mug me, I will just try and run away, or I'll just give in to their demands. But yeah, I think I've only ever been chased once by someone who had a knife. Every single other time, they didn't even need a weapon. Just the threat of physical violence is more than enough for me to... Ah, they're behind me! You sneaky little fella! Well, there's not really much I can do here, except trust my team to fight this guy. He's just going to turn around and run away. Although we do have him slightly trapped here. Ah, go on, go on. There should be a heavy guy on him. Turns out they got right up our arse here and we didn't even notice. Come on. Come on. Come on. Reload, reload, reload. Come on. He's getting away from us. Come on. He's gone. God damn. We almost had this fella. I was paying too much attention to thinking about muggings and not enough attention to the minimap. I didn't see them... Oh, come on! Now it's going to be 10 seconds till I've reloaded. We are behind these fellas, though, but then our guys up at the top of that hill are getting wrecked. I didn't go up there this time because I thought I'm in a really slow tank. It's going to take me ages to get there. I might as well not bother, but maybe I should have gone up there. Anyway, let me read this. Many videos covering the topic of civilizational collapse and the fall of morals. Oh, yes. And you hear that a lot as you get older. You hear a lot of people saying, like, oh, you know, we're losing our morals and we're losing this, that, and the civilization is, you know, and the young people aren't like our young people and that kind of thing. And it's generally nonsense, like, which is nice. You get to a point where you realize, like, every generation... society changes a bit, and some things get a little worse and some things get better, and people can look at some of the things that aren't that great, and they can be a little kind of inside their own bubble sometimes, looking at the news and not going out into the world and experiencing things, especially as you get older and you get set in your ways, and you don't realize that, like, things aren't getting ridiculously bad, you know what I mean? Honestly, when I interact with younger people, teenagers, people in their 20s and stuff, I am impressed by just how mature they are for their age compared to what we were, and how emotionally available they are, and you know they're not macho. And they're aware of mental health, and they're aware of taking care of each other and being there for each other, and being good people. And you will always get bad people, of course. You'll always get bad apples and so on. But just as a generation, I am very impressed with just how great younger people are turning out compared to my generation. Hello! Obviously, no one's perfect. Alright, I'm not going to be able to shoot that guy. He's getting behind me. I'm going to rely on that other guy because I can't turn around fast enough, and I certainly can't reload fast enough. Oh, it's all over for me. But yeah, man, young people are so great now. I think growing up with the internet in a more positive manner has allowed people look at them surrounding me, has really allowed people to come out of their shell a bit. And there's just so much less of the, like, when I was in school, when I was a teenager, if you did anything that kids didn't like, they would just call you a slur, right? That wasn't even applicable to you, but like they would just insult you all the time. Whereas now, they're more supportive of each other and of everyone in general. It's really heartening to see. It's really great to see. Sorry. Anyway, let me read chat. But that's the thing. If you actually look at UK crime stats, they are generally going downwards. You know, generally crime is on the decline. It depends what kind of crime we're talking about, but generally, like, violent crimes are on the way down and so on. You can certainly look at all kinds of publications that will try to stir things up and make it seem like crime is getting worse. And there are certain crimes that are getting worse. Certainly at the moment, things like shoplifting and, you know, thefts and things, as people are hard hit by just the everything, and they don't have a lot of money and so on. But in this country in general, over time, violent crimes and that kind of thing have gone down, which has been nice to see. Spicy, what am I guessing? I'm guessing what? What am I guessing? And certainly, anecdotally, just from where I am, which, you know, it's not hard for crime to go down in an area that was quite rife with crime, but it's gotten much nicer around here in recent years, which is lovely. But then it's gotten worse in other places. It depends where you are. But yeah. Oh, I got some kind of box. A Dark Realm war chest. Okay. I'm sold. Oh, you got tickets to a concert, Spicy. Where are you going? Where are you going? I should go and see someone. It's been so long. The last concert I went to was FFS, which was when Franz Ferdinand was in a supergroup with Sparks. That album, they only released one album together, which was also called FFS. It was really good. I would recommend it. If you like that kind of Franz Ferdinand-y, like, indie sound, it was really good. Man Without a Tan and Dictator's Son and all that stuff, just good tracks, really good tracks. Let me just have a little look here about what I should pull out. What am I doing? I'm in the wrong menu. I think I was pressing the button that would be the filter for World of Warships. I should really look at things I'm trying to level up, shouldn't I? That's what I should do. Maybe should I try sniping? Am I skilled enough yet that I can take my sniper tank out? I don't know about that, but we're gonna do it anyway. Oh, Good Charlotte, cool. Good Charlotte. I'm sure I know a few of their songs. I'd have to see the names of them. I'm terrible with, like, I don't even know the names of all the Beatles. You know what I mean? I remember someone called me out on that years ago. They were like, "Oh, you're from the north of England, and you don't know all of the..." I'm like, no, because I love the music. I've heard every single one of their songs. I don't pay enough attention to the details mostly. So I'm sure if you pointed out some really popular Good Charlotte songs, or maybe if I played them, I'd know them. But I'm really bad. My memory's terrible. I have that kind of ADHD object impermanence, where if you can't see something in front of you, you kind of forget it exists. You should see my bedroom. I used to have, you know, wardrobes and drawers and things to put my clothes in. Like a normal person, right? A wardrobe where you hang your clothes. But the problem I always had is I'd put all my clothes in there, and then I would kind of forget that I had them. Let me have a drink. And what would happen is the clothes that I'd recently washed and not put away yet, I'd just wear them again. And so you'd only ever wear the same 4 different outfits, because you kind of forget that you owned everything else, because you never saw it. And I don't just open every single drawer and every single cupboard every time I get dressed. So I forget I have things. So what I did, I like to think of myself as a little bit of a woodworker. I built a new, basically a massive shelf to replace all of that. big shelving, big deep shelves, tall up to the ceiling, loads of storage space. And all of my clothes are now neatly folded in piles on the shelves. And so at a glance, I can see all my clothes. There's my piles of jeans, there's my piles of jumpers, there's my piles of shorts, there's my underwear and my socks, there's my shirts, there's my t-shirts. And I can decide what I want to wear and kind of I can see everything at a glance, which is bloody fantastic. Oh, it's bloody fantastic. I'm so thrilled that that turned out so well. I'm considering moving up here. I'm up here in a sniping spot, but I'm way behind my team. So there might be another bit of a hill. Can I get down here safely? Yes. There might be another bit of a hill that I can get on down here. I don't want to move too far forward. But kind of where these fellas are. Kinda. Where am I going here? Would it shock you to know that I don't remember this map particularly well? Like, I know it a bit. I usually am on the other side of the map, and so that part I remember a lot better. Can I hit this guy? No. But yeah, maybe getting on this ridge. Okay, I can come down here. I mean, hell, parking up here almost seems like a... But no, we'll get onto the ridge. Try not to hit any of these trees. I'm closer to the enemy than I would like to be, but I might at least be able to spot one of them. I gotta remember that I have to turn the tank to turn the turret. Whoa. It's kicking off down there. Alright, this is potentially not a good spot to be. I kind of want it to be up that hill, I think. It's kind of a slightly higher spot over here, maybe. Someone's probably shouting at the screen who knows this map really well and could point out exactly where I should go in this situation. By all means, throw a grid reference at me and I'll consider it. But I'm just trying to get into a reasonable spot where I can see the enemy and I'm far enough away that they can't see me. What about these guys? See, now that I'm getting up on this little bit of a hill area, this is where I kind of wanted to be. Will I be able to see anyone? They're all kind of way behind a bunch of other hills over there, but what about these guys? Can I see this guy? No, he's behind that church. See, that's usually where I like to snipe from, that church over there. Oh, I could almost have him, but every time I slightly turn the turret, I have to adjust the vehicle. Ah, Christ. That scout saw me. But that's why we try to pull that. Oh, damn. Alright, I can't even see that guy. Let's get hull down in this hole. Alright. That's not great. This hole maybe isn't as great as I hoped it would be. Our team are just thoroughly far ahead of me here, but I am not in a good spot, clearly. I'm up on this hill, but there isn't a lot of cover here. Maybe this is not a good spot to be in. Yeah, that scout came forward, spotted me, and sadly there was that heavy guy way off to the side. Never mind the other fella that got me. Alright. Maybe if I get next to this rock. It's not going well, is it, for me on this map? Because everyone's behind a hill. The front lines are way over the hills. It's like I'm in the rear guard here. And everyone's way over there. But if I just push forward, if I push forward and I go into the wrong spot, I will be instantly slaughtered. So I have to be extremely careful about where I go, where my sight lines are, where their sight lines are. And honestly, I don't know where half of the enemy are. Like, you look at the minimap. I have no idea where most of them are. One can take an educated guess based on the location of my own teammates, but, for crying out loud. How was that a miss? How did I miss? Alright, he's not paying attention to me, and neither is anyone else, so maybe I can get a cheeky shot off here. I hit him at least. Oh, no, I wanted to go down the hill. Down the hill. I don't think I'll hit this scout. Oh, got him. That may have got me as well, but at least I am trying to get into cover. There are some fellas up on that hill still. I really like being near that church. It's a good place to snipe from. Alright. Okay, this hasn't gone terribly, all things considered. Because there is a hole in our lines here in the middle that would allow them to pass through. I mean, if our guy is up there now, then presumably I can move forward to that location. But they are getting through the lines somewhat. Where is this guy? Where is he going? I think I'm going to have to trust that our team can deal with that. Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, that guy that's on that hill just got slaughtered. I'm sorry I'm not looking at chat. I can see that it's moving out of the corner of my eye, but I'm concerned that they're about to push forward into this zone. And there is vanishingly little I can do about it. Can I hit this guy? What? No. I think I could have maybe hit his turret. There we go. There we go. There we go. I think we're losing. I think we're losing. Yeah, okay. I don't want to move up from this location, but apparently our guys aren't doing great over there. Maybe if I can wiggle up onto this hill here. How do I get up this hill? Can I get up this bit? No. How do I get up this hill? There must be a way up there. I don't want to go round where our guys are. There's no point just coming in from the exact same direction as them. But if I go round this side, I'm out in the open way more than I want to be. Because there's this massive hole in the middle of our lines here. But I'm just going to have to go for it, I think. And just hope that I'm in a good position here. Maybe I can get... Maybe if they've gotten around the back of us... properly around the back of us. Can I get up this hill here if I sideways it? If I go this way and then I turn around and I go this way? If I can get into a position up here to get some shots off on some fellas, that'd be great. This is where I like to snipe from usually, but usually I'm on the other team, you know. Oh, come on! I think I bounced off him. Hey, at least I hit him. Yeah. You know, we've talked about some heavy topics today. And I usually like to keep it light, but I also like to talk about, you know, just a wide range of things. So in a few minutes, when this game's over, I'll tell my washing machine story again. For those of you who didn't hear it yesterday, it is a tale of things happening. Oh, don't let me be one of the last people alive. That's not going to end well for our team, trust me. I'm racing over here now to try and hit this guy on this side of this hill because I really want to help our heavy guy, but I think he's done for. Yeah, he's getting absolutely swarmed, and honestly, getting this close to him isn't great. Oh yeah, this is bad for me because you consider the reload time on my guns and the fact that I've got these guys in front of me right here. Where's my colleague? I have a colleague behind me in the trees. I can't see him. Where are these guys? Oh, is there only 2 snipers left? What happened to that medium guy? Maybe our guy got him. I can't really bring my gun down. Okay, so I think at least one of their snipers is here. But I can't get my gun down onto him depressed well enough. Okay, the other sniper's way up there. Is that heavy guy moving in to engage? Come on, up the hill, up the hill, up the hill. Surely you can't hit me from there. How did that not hit him? That was a perfect... I'm going to have to zoom my camera in here. How did that not hit the guy? I'm concerned that their other sniper might come out, you know? Okay, I know that one was going to miss. Alright, when he takes cover again... Oh, come on. I need my heavy guy to engage this guy. I need this guy to get a shot off so that I can get a shot. Okay, finally! Finally hit him in the old big noggin there, but I'm concerned about their sniper friend. He could easily come up behind me right now. And he might be racing my way. You never know. This is dangerous, but I want to move up here. I got my colleague moving up as well. Wait, you're a different sniper. Hey, wait, are you the same guy as before? You just turned your turret around or something? Hello. Where are you going? He's probably going to get help, which is honestly not a terrible idea. The fact that someone's aiming their gun at me right now and I don't know who it is very concerning. My other friend is dead. Yeah, no, I got problems here. I know he's kind of letting me know where the other guy is. Oh, yeah. All right, you know what? We're going to go for it here. We're going to go for it. Hello. Ah, he just got a shot off on me. All right, so there was a guy up the hill way over the map, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to stay where I was for long because he was going to get a bead on me. This guy was just going to be able to get down around me again anyway. So I had to just hope that I could go over the hill while that other guy was reloading because he just fired on me and get down on this guy and shoot him from above. One good hit would have killed him, and then it would have been the two of us versus that one guy who is up here. Still up here. But at this point, our guy, I'm very curious to see what he does. Where's the next player button? There we go. I'm very curious. I don't think this guy's going to win. But you never know. Alright, let me read chat. Oh, yes, and throw that Spotify playlist. There's a music channel on the Discord. Just throw it in there and I'll give it a go. I like Blink 182. You know what? I was listening to Evanescence yesterday because I just got these new headphones and I was just listening to all kinds of different stuff to see how it sounds. And I'm hearing stuff in music that I've never heard before because these are probably the best auditory experience I've ever had. Even if they are like over-ear headphones that people that review these things say like, oh, you know, they're not very good. Like, dude, this is the best thing I've ever heard. And I was listening to some Evanescence. I was. What else, y'all? Blink 182. Oh, you actually saw Blink 182. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I never see cool people. I did see Jonathan Coulton live once. If you know him, he's the guy that wrote the Portal song. You know, the theme song for that game that people love. Jesus, this fella's got a hell of a... Look at this turret. Jesus, look at this turret. He could pole vault with this thing. I'd love to see him try. I don't think he's going to survive this, but fair play to him. He's being aggressive. He's going to try and capture their base to lure them out. Because if he can get in here, he'll let them know that he's here and they'll have to come and get him. And then he has the opportunity, like, as the defending party, he has the potential opportunity to be sat where he wants to sit, ready to shoot, whereas they're going to have to be moving and, you know, moving in. Entirely sure how wise it is to point your arse to the enemy and point your... But you know what? This guy's probably better than me at the game. I would probably... Okay, so one of them are in our base, which means one of them is probably hunting this guy. Yes, Spicy. You can either send me your playlist link just on Discord, or you can post it if you want to share it with everyone. You can post it in the music channel on the ObiKind Discord, which is a thing that exists. I want to get this radar in. There we go. That's a terrible shot. Let's keep that visible. Don't worry, it'll come round again. There it is. Nice. I wonder how stressed this guy is feeling. I mean, the enemy could easily win by just both of them parking. Oh, there you go. There you go. And that's what I was saying. They have to reveal themselves to you if you're the defending party. And that gives you a moment to just do the job. So there you go. We have won. As long as this guy stays in this base now, we've won. Well done, little Grill 15, Wadim 39477. You have won the game for us, my friend. Now, let me read chat. Hey, look at that. The Discord link. Yay. How do you say Tom DeLong? And is it Tom? Am I saying that right? Wow. Oh, okay, bot. You know what just happened? You know what just happened there? I've got the bot programmed to occasionally put the Discord link into chat every, I don't know, 15 minutes or something, as long as there's been enough, like, chatter, so it doesn't just keep pasting it. You just happen to have shared it at the exact moment that it was also planning to share it. What are the odds? Yeah, you did it better, all right. Oh, whoa! That was an alarm. What was that? Wait, what? Wait, what happened? Was that? Did the timer run out? Did the timer run out? Better not be a draw. We were winning. Close defeat. Oh, come on! We won that game. Close defeat indeed. Psst. Psst. That's what I have to say to that. Psst. We won. We won that one. Come on. I guess we lost on points because the timer ran out, technically. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's fun, though. A little stressful early on there. Finding a good position to shoot from, but... eh. Oh, man. Oh, I can relax for a moment here, drink my tea. Yeah, we've had some heavy topics today, so let's instead talk about how I almost destroyed my kitchen 2 days ago. Maybe I'll tell the story better the second time round. So, let me pull out a stupid tank while I tell this story. Da-da-da. This is the Tog. The most land-shippiest of land ships. Look at it. It's massive. It barely moves. And its gun is kind of crap. It's not a good tank. But look at how big it is. It really does feel like sailing a ship on land. More than any other tank that I've used. So, drink more tea. So, my washing machine broke 2 weeks ago. The bearings went. It's very hard to fix the bearings in the washing machine. If it was something else, I'd open it up, see if I could fix it. But the bearings went. So I was like, okay, let's go to some charity shops, find a replacement. And I happened to find one eventually that was more or less the same model as the one I have, which is funny because mine's from 2010. This one's from 2013. Old secondhand things. But I found one almost identical, almost the same, except like the control panel on this replacement was all yellowed and like it wasn't as good. You know, the controls were way more basic than my fancy one. But whatever. Hey, it's a washing machine. It was cheap. It was 60 quid. Can't say no to that. They tested it out at the charity shop and it was working. And so they delivered it to the house. And I had my father put it in because I figured I've not played with washing machines before. I could do it, but he's done this kind of thing. He's put white goods in and out. I'll let him handle it, right? So I had him put it in. And he made a slight mistake. But we didn't realise the mistake until later. So he puts it in, gets it all in place, gets it leveled off, and I'm there at that point when he's done it. I'm like, okay, let's go and give it a test run. Give it a quick 15-minute test run. So I get it set up for a quick 15-minute wash. I put a towel in there, and I press the on switch, and it beeps twice. Beep, beep. That was it. Wouldn't run, just beeps. And my immediate thought, which ended up being true after I did a bit of Googling and blah, blah, blah. Hey, where is everyone going, by the way? Because I'm coming over here. And I don't want to be the only guy over here because I'm not in a tank that can hold its own, trust me. So it turns out that it didn't think the door was closed, right? It wouldn't start the wash unless it thought the door was closed, and it thought the door was open. I could try and shoot this guy, but I'm in a very visible spot right now. I want to get down behind this dip first. So I fiddled with the door, and eventually I did get it to agree that the door was closed. But clearly the door sensor was faulty. And that was a bummer, because I was like, okay, well, yeah, I can fiddle with it to get it to work, but we're going to have to return this, right? It's going to fail at some inopportune time. It's already on its way out, so let's get that thing swapped out. So I was bummed, but then I thought, well, hang on, this other washing machine I've got here is more or less the same model. It's not the same model, it's close, and it's the lock on its door works fine, right? So maybe I could swap them out. So I took it apart. I was planning on opening it up anyway. Wow, our guys are really moving up on this guy. So I opened it up and I took the interlock out, the door interlock. Oh, I missed. And that was challenging because you have to really get... Ooh, I set him on fire. 2 arms in there. It's a really tight space to get... Yeah. I had to take my watch off just to get my arms in to get the interlock out. I got it out. It was a bit fiddly. Got it out. Opened the new machine up. Or rather, I should say, while I was taking it out, while I was taking it apart, the new machine was running its little test 15-minute cycle because I wanted to make sure the whole thing worked, right? I'd persuaded the door to work, and at this point I was like, okay, so let's see if the whole thing actually does a wash or if there's any other problems. And it got up to its spin cycle, and it immediately, within seconds, started to fly around the place. And the only thing that stopped it from flying around the room was the fact that it was underneath the counter and held in by, you know, all the wood and stuff. Oh, that was a cool explosion. Uh-oh. This guy could slaughter me, honestly. I wouldn't exactly say I'm in a good tank. Oh no, their artillery's seen me. And you know what their artillery knows about me? I'm the slowest tank imaginable. I'm the perfect target for artillery. Can't dodge it. Anyway, it started dancing around, flying all over the place. Thankfully, I'd been keeping a close eye on it because I was, you know, checking it out to make sure it ran okay. And what I figured to myself, I'll listen to it spin up to high speed to see if... to see if it had any issues running to that regard. Oh, hang on a minute. I didn't look across at what the beep was. It's Iveris is back again with 34 people. 34 new people have shown up to watch me drive the Tog, the slowest tank known to man. And I'm gonna have to restart my story, aren't I? I mean, if I've got 30 new people watching, I'm gonna have to start the washing machine story again. It's quite the tale. There are highs, there are lows, mostly mids. Hey man. All right, let me start this story again, but I'll tell it really, really, really succinctly this time. My washing machine broke 2 weeks ago, so I went to a charity shop to try and find a replacement. I found a replacement. It was a washing machine that was almost the same model as the one I had. Got it home, put it in. Or rather, I let my father put it in. Turns out he didn't take the transport bolts out of the washing machine. Now, it turns out that transport bolts hold the suspension in place while you're transporting the machine. If you don't take those bolts out and you turn the machine on, it will fly around the room like crazy and try to destroy the whole kitchen, which it attempted to do, but I was keeping a close eye on it, so it didn't, thank God. I cut the power. It managed to jump about 1.5 feet out of its mounts. If it had gone any further, it would have pulled the hose pipe out. So there was that. But the real problem with the machine was that the door interlock was broken. There is the thing that locks the door and detects whether you've closed the door didn't work right. And I thought to myself, oh, well, I'm going to have to take it back and I won't be able to do my washing and I'm going to have to search around for another washing machine. But then I thought, well, this happens to be almost the same model of the machine I have. And the problem with the machine I had was that the bearings went. So the door interlock in this machine should be fine. So I opened it up, I took the interlock out of that machine, and I opened the new machine up and I put it in there. And it worked great, I thought. But the thing is, the control panel on the new machine, Jesus, this is the best I've ever done in the Tog. She is a slow land vessel, my word. The new machine also had a way crappier control panel, like it was a much more basic model. And if you know things like white goods and washing machines, then you know that the big difference generally with the different models on the same line is just like one might have a slightly nicer control panel, but they charge you an extra 60 quid or something. So the control panel on my old machine was much nicer. Oh, I don't like this. Let me get into cover. Yeah, I don't like this one bit. I don't like this at all. So I thought, well, while I've got both of these machines open, I eyeballed the control panels, exact same connectors and everything. Why don't I just try and swap out the connectors, like the control panel as well? The whole, like, computer that controls it. So I just took the panels off, swapped them around, reconnected the wires, and sure enough, it worked fine. So now I have a new old washing machine that looks identical to my original because I've swapped half of the bloody internals out, and it works great, and everything's fixed. And I'm not sure there's a lesson there or there's no moral to the story. I'm just really pleased that I was able to make use of a faulty on receipt washing machine. And now let me read chat because I kind of stopped reading chat so that I could tell that story. Uh, some love for a new attack streamer. That's me. You can tell because of how unskilled I am. People say, "Oh, you must be new to this game." No, I've played it for years. Granted, I did stop playing it for like 2 years, and I've only just started again, so I'm very rusty. And I was never very good to begin with, to be honest. And I'm playing on the Xbox One, which the frame rate when you play this game is kind of awful, and sometimes it can be really difficult. You know when you're trying to do. I'm pretty screwed here. I'm kind of getting surrounded. There's not a lot I can do down here at this point. If I poke my head up, I've got a number of people who are very capable of hurting me up that wall. I might just send a little SOS so people know I'm screwed. There is this guy, but he's not going to come over this wall anytime soon. He can and should, because he can slaughter me. As soon as he realizes that, he'll come over here and kill me. But I'm generally just going to run away. Yeah, the frame rate, when you're trying to do really fast-paced action in this game, not the TOG. The TOG isn't known for her fast-paced action. But it's really difficult when you're whizzing around and the frame rate dips below like 25. So that's my excuse. God, I knew she'd get behind me. I knew she would. Okay, that was a terrible shot. Come on, Blackjack, you can kill me. I mean, really, just come over the hill. What you waiting for? You can slaughter me. You can end this torment. Transport bolts first thing to check. Sammy, you are correct. I was not aware. And that's the great thing about life, is you eventually... I know there's a medium tank behind me, but what can I do at this point? I'm just going to try and get a shot off on this guy and let them kill me. It's game over for us. I didn't know transport bolts were a thing. Until I Googled it. I Googled the symptoms. I Googled like, hey, I just got a washing machine and it goes mental when you turn it on. What's going on? And Google was like, yo, there are things called transport bolts. And at first I thought, well, it's a second-hand charity shop purchase. They're not going to have put the transport bolts on, right? But no, fair play to those charity shop guys. They must have had some handy and they put some on. Come on, T-34, come and get me. I've got a surprisingly fast turret. Surprisingly fast, my friend. That's what you get for underestimating the TOG. Oh, but this guy's going to slaughter me. Hello, friend. We're immobilized. Not that I could tell anyway, because I was in a TOG. Not exactly known as a mover. Not exactly a mobile tank. Jesus, how are we still alive? Oh, there we go, finally. Peace at last. Oh, yeah, so that was concerning when the thing... It started dancing across the kitchen. I had to really go for that switch. And I thought to myself, imagine if... Because the only reason I was really in the room watching it is because I was taking the other washing machine apart. Imagine if I had, like, left it to its own devices to do its wash. If I had been out of the room for 10 seconds, that would have been too long. Within 10 seconds. No mortal plays the TOG. Well, thankfully I'm dead. I'm definitely no longer mortal. I'm done. I like that the door's blown off. Can we have a look inside? Look at that. You know, it's really hard to get the camera around to see, but look at that. You can look inside. There's a chair up. Is that a chair? I mean, that's not a chair. No, it's like a little shelf. It's cool. They modeled the inside. Like that. I was going to maybe stick around to watch and see if this little grill could defeat their entire team, but I feel like you probably want to see someone actually play the game. So I will, good luck, little grill fella. Good luck, but we're going to love you and leave you and play a different tank. But yeah, so I was very pleased, and I was able to wash my clothes in the end. Something so satisfying about being able to fix stuff. And also, like, I tore that old machine down and saved so much stuff. I've got some water pumps and like sensors and tubing and hose clamps and just the things that might go wrong in your machine, And here's something you might not know. So if you have a washing machine, you're probably aware that the door obviously it locks itself when it's running and it won't let you open it because you'd pour water all over the place, So what if you're in a situation where you need to open the door? Maybe there's been a power cut or you needed to stop a wash. Basically, you need to override it. So down on the ground where the filter is, there is usually... You open that little door and there's a little plastic thing that you pull, and that unlocks the door manually, right? Turns out, I learned, that is literally just a physical stick connected to where your actual door locks in, so where the latch goes inside the machine. Between that and the bottom of the washer, it's just a plastic stick that's about 1.5 foot long or 1 foot long or something, and it's just hooked onto that little module, and when you pull it, it pulls a piece of plastic that presses down inside the module and manually disconnects. But like, there's no fancy interlocks, and I love that about technology sometimes, where they're able to simplify things. So often they'll simplify things to make it cheaper to manufacture, but sometimes it's just a really good idea. Why have an extra device and an extra electronic hookup or something when a plastic stick will do the job perfectly well? I love that. I don't know this map very well. It's one of the ones that I don't know if it's relatively new over the past 2 years, or if it just wasn't very popular back when I played the game. I played it a couple of times. Earlier on today, I was over on the beach. I was like way up here. I was trapped right here behind a set of stairs for most of the match. So we're going to see what happens if we come over here. I'm concerned though, because me and this guy are leading the charge. You Crying is his name. I'm not crying yet, but I may be soon. I'm a little concerned to go around the corner, really. Should I go towards these buildings? This little kind of square that's going on? Hang on, let me have a look at the map. There does look to be a bit of a hill or somewhere I could go behind here. You know what? No, I'm going to follow this medium guy. I'm going to push up against this building and see what happens from there. Because if I'm up against the building, they shouldn't be able to see me until they come down here, he says, as I've been spotted. But that was a scout behind me. I don't care about that. That guy can go get slaughtered. This guy seems to want to take cover here. Oh, hello. Okay. What the hell? Let me put that fire out. Who the hell's shooting at me? Is there someone way up? Is that a hill? Is that a high point? Hang on. So hard to tell altitude on this map. Oh, there's someone over there. And it is a high point. And now there's a sniper behind me. Hello, Mr. Sniper. He's in a Stug too. That's a good tank. You know what? We're just going to drive straight at him. I want to get into cover anyway, because of the guy on my arse shooting at me. I might as well go this way. I can fight that guy and get into cover at the same time. I assume. Am I in cover now? Wow. Okay, so lesson learned. This side of the map, there's like a big tall hill people can get up. Noted. I still kind of want to turn around and start fighting those people though. I've already used all my repairs and my engine and tracks are badly damaged to the point that... Okay, so that guy's behind some kind of wall. I'm very slow at this point, is the argument. Is the point. These guys are going to come around the corner, aren't they? I mean, why wouldn't they? They could slaughter me. Oh, okay, look, that's a bit of a hill there and there's a rock. Okay, so they may come out here again. Maybe. Or someone's going to spot me from over somewhere else and slaughter me while I'm waiting. Like this guy, Jesus. Oh, he can't see me. Okay, well if you can't see me... Wait, no, you can't see me! It's not allowed! If you can't see me, you can't shoot at me. Them's the rules. People are getting too good in this game. Oh, you're over here now. There? I can't really tell. That's a lot of fellas. There? There's fire coming from where? From where? I know the track's damaged. I'll just move. I was hoping to kind of stick around there and shoot them when they fired. Thankfully, they didn't do too much damage. I'm not going to do that again, though. There's no point. Honestly, if you look at the map, there's like one medium guy left here. This is me trying to turn around. This is how slow my tank is now. But I'm going to fall back from this position if I can, which I might not be able to, because there are guys getting up behind me. I should still be able to move forwards reasonably quickly. It's just there's no point trying to fight, what, a heavy guy, 2 mediums and a sniper over there, and it would just be me at this point. I'm just going to let my team know that I'm falling back to their position. If nothing else, I might be able to flank these 3 guys without getting flanked myself, hopefully. Go, 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 tank. Move. Go, go, go. You can do it. I'm assuming I can go up this hill and get to them. How's it going, everyone, by the way? People who don't know me, hello. I'm Obi. I'm from Manchester, England. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and my team have slaughtered the enemy before I even got here. Before I even got here, they won, but I'll take it. I'll take it because I've got guys coming up behind me. I don't want to fight them in an even fight. Let me just point out to the team where the enemy are. They're going to be very close by this point. Very close. Considering how slow I'm moving. I love this tank normally. It's quite a fast tank. Good reload time. And she's fast enough for how heavy she is to get in and out of trouble. Not today, however. Not today. There they are, right where I thought they'd be. But they've split up a little bit. Let's go and engage. Let's go and see if we can engage maybe the sniper. There's a heavy unaccounted for, but you know what? You don't win the game by doing nothing, do you? So we may be about to see that heavy tank reappear. I don't know. He knows where we are. We don't know where he is. This sniper probably remembers me from earlier. Who is aiming at me? Who can see me? If this guy sees me when I pull forward, I'm just going to pull backwards again. Okay, he's gotten into cover. Let's get behind this rock. Okay, there's the heavy. He's down there, though. That's good. One of our guys apparently just killed themselves. Alright, this guy is getting the bejesus knocked out of him from multiple directions at this point. I am trying to get there. trying to limp on over. I guess at this point we've won. I don't think I'll even get there in time. Jesus, I'm so slow at turning. I couldn't even make that massive turn, that wide turn. This guy's done for. But you know what? It's a good game to all these fellas. They certainly did the work. I got really heavily damaged there at the start. Not realizing that people were able to get down. Because you can't tell just by looking at the map that this is some kind of hill above this without, you know, actually learning the map, I guess. Fair enough. We get to see the sights now. I said see the sights. There we go. I should get an achievement for shooting this. In Halo, I think it's Halo 3? In one of those games, I think it's Halo 3, you get an achievement for staring at the moon. Like just like turning your camera up and looking at the moon, you get an achievement. There you go. If you're still playing Halo 3 in 2025, you can get that achievement. I think it's a secret achievement too. Do Xbox, do they still do secret achievements? Those were so cool. Like knowing that there's an achievement but you don't know how to get it and just kind of experimenting and eventually maybe you'll randomly unlock it. How was I not at the bottom of that match? Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Don't forget to drink your tea, everyone. 54 followers. I try not to bring it up too much because it sounds like I'm just asking people to, you know, click the button. But that's really cool, man. Oh. I only started out, what, like 2 months ago? Barely? And I wasn't sure I'd even get people chatting or anything. I thought like I'm gonna hit stream and no one's gonna watch it. Because I send this stream out to YouTube as well. Like it gets sent to both places. I don't really use the YouTube channel for anything other than like high quality archives of these streams and clips and stuff at the moment. But it's technically running and the stream is going out to YouTube and like no one watches it there. It's always 0 viewers. Oh, for God's sake. Help if it weren't unlisted. For some reason, YouTube always puts the visibility of my live streams by default to unlisted, and I often forget to change it. Which, granted, doesn't help. Let's take this tank out and hope that we're not playing against too many bots. It's just a really fun tank to just tear up the enemy. If you know this game, you know this tank is OP. It's ridiculous. It's my fun time tank. It's the Kamikaze Destroyer, World of Warships Legends. It's the Kamikaze of this game, in my opinion. You're always guaranteed a good time when you take this tank out, unless you go up against, what is it, like a Sentinel or a... There's a couple of tanks that can really tear this tank a new one if you go up against them. Oh, I can't remember the name. Steadfast. It's hard to beat a Steadfast in this tank. It's hard to penetrate a Steadfast. Steadfast has a very, very penetrating gun up against me in this thing. I don't like fighting a Steadfast. I don't have a Steadfast either. I think you have to buy it or something. It's a premium tank, right? I don't know if it was like a thing you got with some event, or if you have to buy it and you can't buy it. Something like that. There's a Christmas gift. There you go. The Demon Spawn 2004 knows what they're talking about. What's this? Let me see. You've got a little crown next to your name. What's all that about? Prime badge. Prime. Oh, you're an actual Prime, like an Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime subscriber. I think that you're the first Prime subscriber I've seen. You have a cool little hat next to your name. A cool little. I love this map. Usually, I love it from the other side because you can park right here at this little intersection where the road goes up a bridge and just smash people, just slam people. I'm tempted to go over the bridge here. Very tempted to go over the bridge. Look at all those people sending out communications on my map just then. They're all bots. No human being communicates that efficiently, that well, you know? But nice. Yes, I did get 1 or 2 tanks. I do have at least 1 tank that has some Christmas lights on it. I'm a bit concerned here that I'm pushing forward much faster than everyone else on my team. We'll have to see if it works out for me. Hello. Excuse me. Just gonna nip in here where you can't see me. Oh no, there's someone behind me, isn't there? All right, fine. This has gone very poorly. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have pulled way out ahead of my colleagues. One thing to remember is not to go in the drink on that corner. I've done it many a time. You swing round that corner. God, I wish I could go like overhead cam or something like you can in warships. You swing around that corner and sometimes you just go straight into the drink. You don't realise it's there. Well, usually the game goes better for me when I'm in that thing, if I'm honest. I think I was a bit too aggressive this time. A bit too aggressive. Yeah, I think the Blitzen is what I've got. Hell, why don't I take it out? Fuck it. I know it's not Christmas yet, and earlier on I was complaining that people were putting up... My neighbours, not to sound like a grumpy person, but my neighbours put their Christmas decorations up outside their house like a week ago, in like the middle of November. What? I have no words. I really don't know how to process that. See that might work for you guys. We don't have a Thanksgiving here. There is no event after we have bonfire night, but there's no like special events between essentially Halloween and Christmas. So there's no reason for us to put up stuff in November really. It takes a month. I tell you, I go all out on the decorations. We should share. Now, this isn't me trying to slip in a sneaky you should join the Discord or anything, but, and I will just throw the Discord link in, if you ever want to share Christmas decorations photographs and things, I go way too hard on Christmas decorations, and I love seeing how other people do their decorations and stuff. It's always fun. But yeah, I go really hard, and it takes an afternoon, certainly. One thing that I do with Christmas decorations that no one else does is I put balloons up. I know people like balloons. It's not a birthday, and you're right, it's not really a Christmas decoration, but it's the only... We don't put decorations up for birthdays or anything, so it's the only time of the year we ever do balloons, you know? So we put some balloons up and go all out. All right, what was this? It'll be a... No, hang on. Filters. It'll be one of these weird low-tier tanks, won't it? Oh, here we are. The Father Frost. That's what I have, actually. The Father Frost. This is the Christmassy tank, which honestly doesn't feel like a particularly good tank. And as you can see, I never put anything on it because I wasn't planning on ever really using it. But I think this is the Christmassy themed tank that I have. Why don't we take him out just for funsies? Let me just give him a skill. What skill do I even put on this guy? I just don't know. It's always handy to have rapid aim. Screw it. Let's throw that on there. Like I'm ever going to play this again. Let's see. You say your son is 8 and only a few years left till he outgrows it. Oh god, my bot has done the same thing again where it's posted the link twice. But he'll come back around. There'll be a period in his teenage years where he pretends like he doesn't care. But then he'll come back around again and he'll be really into Christmas again. Once you get old enough, you get nostalgic for Christmas and you start to really enjoy it. I don't know, that's just me maybe. I love Christmas. It's great. Christmas is about making your family eat too much food and getting the camcorder out and videotaping them opening their gifts and eating a lot of food. I know I've already mentioned it once, but it's worth mentioning twice because it's all about eating food. My God, so much food. Yes, I do have sound effects. Thank you, Mr. Bot, for reminding everyone. I have little sound effects that no one ever uses the sound effects. I honestly, I don't think most people would even know the sound effects, like what they are, because they're mostly all like old English comedy show sound effects that I like. What was that noise? I heard a. You know what? I'm in the wrong. You know what? I'm in the wrong section. I do apologize. I just realized earlier on Earlier on I had to deal with a spam bot, and so I had the Twitch mod actions page up and it hid the Twitch activity page. And I keep hearing the beeps and not realizing that people are following me. So let me catch up. We've got Clan Criminal. Alright, that's a pretty sick name. Clan Criminal. I like that. Followed me, and just now, if I can... Oh, Jesus. There's too many. You got Lion Ukraine. Good name. Good, solid, strong, powerful name. Why don't people name their children Lion? That'd be a good name, right? Be a good, strong name. I don't know where I'm going here. I'm going to just roll up the hill. And, of course, the Demon Spawn 2004. Thank you. I think that brings us to 56. If I do ever get to 100 eventually, that's my stretch goal. What we're going to do when I reach 100 followers eventually, which I assume will be sometime next year, is I've got a bunch of books here, and I thought it might be fun to have a stream where we just kind of chill out together and I just read a book out. I just read an interesting book. I do a lot of World of Warships streams, so I thought reading a book that was written by one of the young officers who served on the HMS Prince of Wales during her 2 years of life before she was sunk. And it's a relatively short retelling of all of that, and I thought, it's kind of a cool thing to. I should not have fought this guy. this guy is better than me. Oh, that's Christmas cancelled. Yeah, I thought maybe when I get there. Okay, yeah, Spicy, you're the one person that uses the sound effects. By the way, the Demon Spawn. I'm just going to call you Demon Spawn. You mentioned your son is 8 years old. My pro tip: when I was 5, my father for Christmas got me a Meccano set. I don't know how you spell it. It's spelt weird, but Meccano is this like think Lego, but you're putting together little metal girders and things with little nuts and bolts, and you're building stuff. There's like wheels, and you can put motors on things. And so you get like this magazine and a bunch of Meccano, and you build a kit. And maybe you're putting together a little helicopter where the blades actually spin a little bit, or maybe you're putting together a little car, or like a crane, like a functioning crane. I had so much fun with Meccano, and because it's all made of like stainless steel, it's really sturdy, and it'll last for years. I really love that Meccano set. Nowadays, I still use old bits of my Meccano from childhood, but nowadays it's to fix things like. I put a new ceiling light up a while back, and the ceiling in my house and in a lot of these older English houses uses like like plaster and wattle board and stuff. So if you think of it like thin strips of wood that are just, it's just enough to give the ceiling plaster something to really adhere to. You can't really hang much from it. And if you want to hang a light, maybe you've got to mount it to the joist or something. I ended up using a piece of that Meccano, like a little Meccano girder, to help me mount the light inside the ceiling. I just love being able to use old childhood stuff for stuff like that. I don't know. Kinex isn't quite the same thing, I don't think. Let me Google a picture of Kinex, because yeah, Kinex is the more plasticky kind of version of that. If you look up actual Meccano, which is spelt Meccano, it's all actual metal and like bolts, nuts and bolts, and through bolts and things, and it feels more robust and feels more substantial. The Kinex stuff is a cool product, but for my money, I think Meccano is very cool. There you go. I'm gonna make someone who was around in the 2000s think that they're getting messages. Oh. At one time, ages ago, I've not done it recently, but I used to run a modded Discord client just to get a plugin that would change the message sound to be the MSN Messenger message sound. And let me tell you, there is just the dopamine every time someone sent me a message and it played the old MSN Messenger sound. It was better than any drug. It was worth it. Oh, it was so good. Such a little mod, but I loved it so much. Oh my word. For real though, Clan Criminal, Lion Ukraine, Demon Spawn, thank you for following. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate anyone that comes in and chats. You don't have to. Lurking is totally cool. You know, if you just you might have your hands full eating a big sandwich for lunch or something. You don't have to chat, but I really do appreciate it. It's always lovely to hear about like where people are from, what their favorite foods are, stuff like that. I'm guessing Demon Spawn, are you in America or Canada or somewhere like that? You said something earlier that gave me the hint. Oh, you mentioned Thanksgiving, so I figure you're from one of those countries that celebrates Thanksgiving, which is... Does Canada celebrate Thanksgiving? I don't know. I know America does. So I'm just I'm assuming. I don't know. It's a guess. America, yeah. I haven't been there in a while. I enjoyed my time there. I lived there for a little while. Let me pull out a tank while I'm thinking about America. I lived in SoCal. It's just west of LA. I didn't even really get to see LA particularly, which is, I don't know, probably for the best. Because it's such a beautiful place. There's just so much to see without needing to go into a big city, you know? I love the countryside, and by God, America's got just swaths of countryside, just nature. Gorgeous place. Are you aware, Demon Spawn, of a sweets candy called Good and Plenty? Do you know these? Do you know these sweets? They look like little pills, and they're like licorice. They're like sugar-coated licorice. They're called Good and Plenty. I adored them. When I was over there, I would just buy boxes and boxes and boxes of them, and you can't get them here. But I have a friend who's over there at the moment, and he just picked me up like 3 boxes. He's going to bring them home. I am thrilled. I'm really looking forward to my fix. Like, you can buy really big, like, imported boxes of, like, you can get, like, like a whole box, like 40 boxes of them. But I've never been able to justify the cost to myself. As much as I do love them, I couldn't justify buying them in bulk. But, I miss them so much. They're so good. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, they seem like not at all popular in America. I think licorice sweets in general are not as big there, right? And so whenever I hear about Good and Plenty online, it's always people saying how awful they are. I love licorice, though. And if you like licorice, I can point out some good, the Dutch make the best licorice. I can point out some really good Dutch licorice. I forget the name. I can almost picture it in my mind, but really good stuff. Oh, delicious stuff. All right, what am I doing? This tank that I'm driving right now is a bit of a tank. I know that sounds weird, but like, it can be difficult for the enemy to penetrate this little fella sometimes. And so it can be quite funny because I'm in a light tank, but oftentimes I can face off against a much heavier tank while he's bouncing off me. It's hilarious. Depends who you're going up against. Some guys will just tear through you. But sometimes you can really have a stupid fun time. Oh, granted it has that kind of howitzer fling on the gun, which I forgot. So you have to be aware. But you know what? Let's come down here. Let's try and find down here. Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. I mean, I stay away from the chocolate because American chocolate, I don't just want to rag on things and say, oh, this is bad or that is bad. But a lot of American chocolate is terrible. But, you know, English chocolate's gone the same way because a lot of those companies have bought our companies out and replaced the good chocolate with bad chocolate. Hello! There's still some good stuff. It's just your general stuff you're going to get on the shelf is generally not great. So I won't bother buying chocolate while I'm over there. Hey, there's a captured KV-1. Damn, bounced off. Alright, let's try going around. It looks like we have plenty of guys here, but they might push on us in the middle. So let's try going to help. That said, I do love those like Reese's Cups and stuff. But I mean, chocolate plus peanut butter, you can't go wrong. Right? Oh dear. Oh dear, a lot of guys are dying. This isn't great for us. I'm going to ugga-dugga along here. Just chug. See what I can do here. I might pull out with this medium tank around this corner and try and help out a bit. You know what I really miss is like horchata and like good burritos. Like really good. And also, I love avocados. And of course, because they grow them in California, they're super cheap there. But here we have to import them from like warmer climates. And so they're really pricey. They're several times the price. So avocado is more of like a rare treat that I buy occasionally. As opposed to just something I put on everything when I was over there. And like horchata's really good. Horchata's like a Mexican like rice drink, which is just so damn good. It's like a milk and rice thing. You can make it. I've tried making it here, but it never comes out as good as those like Mexican food truck guys make it. Oh, they I don't know what they put in it, but it's so good. I miss horchata. Anyway, yeah. I want to go to every country and just eat their food. That's what I want to do. My favorite thing about traveling is obviously seeing the architecture, seeing the differences in cultures and so on, but also just eating everyone's food. I love their food. Well, this one might go through. I mean, come on, I'm doing alright, and I'm in a little dinky light tank. And I'm hanging out here in a way I never would be normally. But look, I'm not penetrating this guy. Let's see if I can hit him in the engine. Okay, yeah, hit him in the engine. That did a bit of damage. Alright, there we go. They're getting behind us, though, something fierce. I'm going to keep moving this way. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep moving. In fact, I might move to their base. Me as a dinky little fella, it might be best I avoid the big wave of guys who have hit us in the arse here. We got this captured KV-1 and stuff. Let them fight it out and let us go to their base, I think might be the plan here. I might get shot in the arse trying to make this run. I'm not exactly a fast tank. Ah, crap. Is this sniper going to take his chances with me? I mean, I could try and help this guy, but he's got so little health at this point. We do have a medium guy coming up to help out, and it may not be the right move. But, oh, come on. No. Come this way. Come this way. What's the help me thing? He's getting engaged over there. I can't get up that hill. There's already a dead tank up there. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm behind enemy lines. Something awful now. Come on, SOS. Alright, I'm done for. I'm done for. One way or another, someone's going to kill me. Probably the sniper around this corner. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to face those guys head on. Or I'm going to try to. They may come round behind me because they're much faster than I am. Did I say horchata? Spanish drink. Sorry, yes. I thought it was Mexican because it was made by all the Mexican fellas. I didn't realize it was imported. My knowledge of Spanish and Mexican culture is precisely zero, unfortunately. But I can tell you they make amazing food. They make the best food. Alright, let's see if I can face off against this medium guy in my little light tank. Hello there, T-34. How's it going now, fella? How's it going? Are you able to penetrate me now? Jesus, you're having a good go of it, aren't you? I'm just in a little light dinky tank. Surely you can penetrate me now, fella. Well, that's a lovely little gun you've got there. Allow me to just... oh, Jesus, now. Don't be getting behind me now. Come on, that's not fair. I do actually have a pretty speedy... By all means, let me shoot you in the side. He's trying to get around me because he's not been able to penetrate me in the front particularly effectively. Oh, come on! But that's what I mean about this tank. It's shocking sometimes how you can hold your own in this thing. The armor on it is impressive. Yeah, man, hot char is so good. There used to be this one food truck. We would just drive out and it would be dark, and they were just parked basically in the middle of nowhere. They were parked in at like a very busy intersection, like a road intersection, but it was out in an area that was all farmland growing like flowers for supermarkets, which was beautiful because you could look over at all of these fields of different gorgeous flowers that they were growing. But obviously at night there's nothing around. It was just dark, and there's this little food truck. We would park up next to it and just order the biggest burrito that existed and a big, big cup of horchata. It was the best food. It was so good. I miss those guys. I'm hungry. What are tiger nuts? Because when I made it, it was all like what was it? What did I put in it? Like cinnamon, and you blend it with you blend the rice and the condensed milk and whatever else I put in it. I forget. There were a few things. Maybe I used tiger nuts. Maybe that was one of the ingredients I bought. I don't recall. It was okay, but mine wasn't. Mine didn't have the full richness that theirs had. Yeah. Remember to drink your tea, everyone. Hey, that was... You know what was funny? It was funny to see what British stuff was just available in supermarkets over there. Because I knew that, like, the vast majority of things wouldn't be, and anything that would be would probably be in, like, the world food section. But I was surprised to see... You know, I say British, and the first thing I'm going to mention is an Irish thing, which isn't at all British. But they had Kerrygold butter over there, which is, like, proper, pretty decent Irish butter. It's your most common, like... exported decent Irish butter you can get, you know. And I wasn't a big fan of American butter. It's a bit weird. It doesn't really, it's not, I think it's just because I'm used to like stuff like Kerrygold, and butter isn't necessarily good or bad, but it changes based on like what the animals eat and what breed of animal you've got, right? So, and the way it's produced is different, and so obviously you get a different result. And yeah. So I was very happy to see something memorable, something that I knew well over there. Some lovely Kerrygold. But like you can even get like Yorkshire tea. I'm drinking Yorkshire tea right now, and you can get Yorkshire tea over there, which is good tea. It's good tea, Yorkshire tea. What to bring out? What to bring out? How about my Churchill? I love my Churchill. I really do. The Churchill was the tank that I played when... like the game really started to click for me originally, and I really started to get a handle on like the tank controls, where you're aiming your turret one way with one stick and you're aiming the tank another way with the other stick. This was the tank where it all started to really come together, and I was able to like hold my own in engagements instead of just being immediately slaughtered constantly. But yeah, that was cool to see. Like just stuff like Kerrygold and Yorkshire tea and things. It was nice, a nice little taste of home, as it were. Yeah. The thing that surprised me, the thing that I genuinely was a bit of culture shock, is I drink a lot of squash. What do you call it? Just you know when you get a glass of water and you get some concentrate juice, and you add a splash of it and it gives it flavour, you know? We call it squash, or I guess just whatever you call it, from concentrate stuff, right? And here, that comes in bottles. It's a liquid. And you would just pour in the amount you want, and it kind of mixes itself. You don't really have to stir it or anything. You just pour it in. Whereas in America, at least where I was, you mostly didn't get that at all. I looked and looked. I looked in Winco and all kinds of places. I couldn't find it. What you could get is the tiny little pocket versions, which are like little literally you get them in your pocket, and it's for like if you're out and about and want to add some flavor to your, like you're at the gym and you've poured some water out, or you want to add some flavor to it. But they're very expensive for like how little you get. So that's not really something you want to be purchasing a lot of, because you just it's for that kind of portable stuff. It's not. It doesn't work out for the amount I drink, because it's more or less all I drink. But you just can't get that there. What you get instead is like powdered sachets instead, which I'm not a fan of, because like you have to open the sachet and you have to dispose of this plastic sachet every single time, and the powdered stuff never tastes as good, and it also ends up always being a little powdery. Like you can never quite get rid of the powder, and you have to stir it is the other thing. You have to mix it in. And I was a bit disappointed, because I thought to myself, surely every country in the world has like some kind of squash thing, but I guess it's just not a thing there, or at least not where I was. I looked in Walmart and Winco and a couple of places and could not find it. But yeah, I drink it a lot. I drink it a lot. And it lasts for ages, because you put a little splash into your glass and then you get a nice little like blackcurrant flavoured kind of, water. It's really nice. These VK 3001Ds are good tanks. They're very fast tanks as well. I don't necessarily think I'll be able to hit him even if I try and waddle over here. He's behind a hill. He has really gone out where he shouldn't have gone. There you go, he's dead. I'm going to try and move up to this hill here with this fella, and maybe take up a position here and see what's going on. They are capturing the base, so we know at least one guy is over here. Ooh, this guy. Oh, that guy. Look, you're going to get slaughtered if you stay in there, fella. It's just not a good idea. Just don't do that. Oh yeah, I know the enemy are everywhere, but I've got to fight them somewhere, right? Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to be able to help this guy, and I can't just... If I just go forward here, I might end up getting screwed by a lot of guys. I do seem to have some colleagues behind me, so I'm thinking maybe I can make a mad dash across here, because there is a bit of a dip here that is really helping me out right now. I am going to have to maneuver somewhat for artillery. This is me artillery maneuvering. I'm trying to make a dash to get into the town. I was hoping to help my colleague, but he's long since dead. So at this point, there's not really much I can do, except... I mean, I'm here now. I can't turn around. Hoping they're not firing on me. There we go, he missed. I mean, they're going to capture the base. There's not really much I can do about it. I can engage, like, one guy, maybe. But I'm out in the open, he's out in the open. Like, I'm getting hit from the back by that scout that's up on that hill. I'm assuming my guys can do something about that, you know? Like, come on. Do something about the scout. He's up on the hill firing on me. For God's sake, man. This guy. This guy. Get him. My team are on the opposite side of the hill from him. That's the problem. Tracked him. I'm not going to last forever here. And I'm not even necessarily going to win this one fight against this one guy. He's in a good position here, and I'm not. Alright, you know what? It may be a bad idea, but I'm moving up. I know there are guys next to me, but you know. I know there are guys everywhere. If this guy could die, I'd have a decent shot at maybe getting out of this. But I really needed that shot to hit, and it didn't. Come on, fella, die! Alright. Do I have a chance here? Not with this guy behind me, I don't. I hit him, but he's behind me and he knows it. And we have a scout here as well. Thank you, KV-1. Their artillery's looking real angry, though. I'm not exactly long for this world. Wow, that's a lot of bad guys. Alright, screw it. I need to get out here and help this guy out. Whether we... Oh. Wow, it was just us in the end. Look at that mini-map. They just surrounded us. Wow. I'm often so in it that I don't even look at how many people are left in the match. That was fun, though. I mean, we got slaughtered there, but that KV-1 came in and rescued me at the end. That was fun. Oh. How is everyone doing? Let's take a moment to have a stretch. Over here now, stretching. God. It's getting dark already. It's only 2 p.m. Winter, man. Winter's always almost here. Almost here. Hey, Demon, if you're still there, where in America are you from? Just curious. If you're in like a really snowy part or if you're in like a really tropical part. Because America's so big. The USA is so big. They have so many different, like, what do you call it? Not weather zones. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh, it's not habitat. It's, what's the word I'm looking for? Different, like, weathery areas, different climates. They have different climates. You got your tropical Floridas and your snowy areas. I don't know. I don't know the American map particularly well. I can tell you plenty about Camarillo and Ventura and stuff because I spent a lot of time around there, but ask me anything else, no clue. I passed by Johnny Cash's house once. He has he had, obviously. He's passed away, the original Man in Black. I love Johnny Cash. He had a house up in Ojai in the mountains there, and I happened to be up on a nearby ridge, and I looked down and could see it. It's a very distinctive house because of the particular trees he has outside. That man's music. He could sing, man. Oh, pardon me. I always wonder what this tank's supposed to be called. I mean, actually, there you go. Look at it in the corner. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the full name. I'm just going to call it my Kanjapz, which is what I always call it. It's a very fast sniper tank, which I must have unlocked on one of the campaigns at some point. I like it. Alas, that little, like, I don't know, range-finding radar thing on the turret doesn't really work, I guess. I like this tank, though. It's fun. You gotta go to the store, by all means. I probably won't be here when you get back. I'll be wrapping up pretty soon. But it's been nice to have you, Demon Spawn. I appreciate you coming in and saying hello. Go buy your son some Meccano. You won't regret it. It's dope. My only regret is after I build a cool Meccano thing, I eventually have to take it apart to build something else with the same parts. Because you kind of want to keep it, but it's not. It's an impermanent sort of a thing. I had so much fun building that stuff. And because like you can get like little motors and little moving parts and little so cool. Yeah, so cool. I'll tell you another thing I had growing up that was great. I had it when I was older. I didn't it's not something for an 8-year-old, maybe for like a 11-year-old? 11-year-old, I think. I had a 101 circuits in one like electronics kit. Oh, I vaguely remember this map. I used to like going like over there. I vaguely remember it. I can probably race over there. So what it was basically, it was a wooden case with a cardboard backing inside that had lots of components on it. And you could connect the components with a bunch of different lengths of wire. And the components all had like springs next to them. So you could like stick your wire in the springs to make a connection. And you got a book with it. And the book would have like 101 different circuits that you could build by connecting these. It was like a join the dots thing. It would be like connect spring 51 with spring 7 and stuff like that. Oh, Jesus Christ, look at this guy. Oh, I feel bad for him. He just flipped himself and now he's getting blasted. Come on out. Come on out. Oh, I can't quite hit him. Oh, yeah. Oh, is he coming out this way? Oh, I'm still reloading. Anyway, so you could connect them like that, and it'd have a banks of resistors and capacitors, and there's a little electric meter, and there's a little solar panel, and an integrated circuit, which was all the rage. You could tell it was old, given that they were excited about integrated circuits. See, this is the problem on this map. You get a lot of brawling over here. It's a great spot for brawling, but really hard to snipe into because it's lots of like tunnel areas. So I could just stay here. But I'm not going to be able to hit any of these guys at all unless they push through our team. But anyone that comes through the middle, I'd have a reasonably good shot at. Don't worry too much about that bot telling you there's an ad break because I've not finished unlocking affiliate yet. I have unlocked it, but when you unlock affiliate, God, their whole team is over there. The whole freaking team. Once you unlock affiliate, they get you to like fill out a bunch of tax paperwork, documentation, businessy stuff, and they ask you for like your bank details and all kinds of things, and then they go through it. But I'm pretty sure it's just a computer that manages it, and they had it on like lockdown for ages. Like it was like this should take a few minutes, and it took like 2 weeks, and it didn't get anywhere. So I contacted their support, and I think I was talking to a computer the whole time. It wasn't very helpful, and in the end, they just did not accept my. Oh, is this guy in front of me? Hello. Oh my god, what am I doing? Come on. God damn, what a long reload. It's because I turned the tank slightly and my turret is kind of fixed. That was very silly of me. I'm not a frontline tank, but I mean, look at how things are going here. I might as well push up and help out, because what else am I going to manage to do here? What else are any of us going to manage if not this? Yeah, it's all over for me. See what I mean? I keep turning the tank and come on. I can't get the tank to aim at the enemy. Yep, I'm done for here. Done for. I'm a sniper tank, not a frontline tank. Hello. Might as well just crash into him. So anyway, what I'm going to do is set up an entirely separate bank account that's not connected to my personal stuff. Because what happened is I gave them my details and it said like, oh, this is under review. And they wouldn't tell me like why it was being held up or anything. So it's just an account. But then like my actual account, my actual bank was like, we're going to lock down your account. You can't access any of your money anymore. None of your payments are going to go out because we've decided you're a business and you need to tell us, where is your warehouse? Where are you sending? Literally, these were the questions they were asking, like, where is your warehouse located? Where do you ship your goods from? And all this kind of stuff. And I had to tell them like, I'm not a business. This is my personal account. It's probably because I tied it to Twitch and Twitch told them something weird, but it's a big secret and they don't tell me what they're talking about amongst themselves. So long story short, I'm going to set up an entirely different bank account, and then I'm going to give Twitch those details, and I'm going to fill out all my tax details again and all my bank details and all the stuff it wants, and go through the automated process where it's probably just an AI that looks at everything. Because I got the impression when I was asking them like what the issue was, what the hold up with the review was, that they didn't know, because it's all kind of like it's AI and who really knows why AI does anything. That is why, long story short, there are no ad breaks, even though the bot says there are ad breaks, because technically I've unlocked affiliate, but I've not finished their onboarding yet, which unlocks the actual ads and monetization and stuff. So it's also why I can't do cool things like channel points and things, which I want to do that so that people can click cool little buttons and make me take a drink and stretch. It's important to have good posture, you know. But it's been a bit stressful and depressing, so I've just put it off for a few weeks because I'm having fun with you guys, chatting and gaming and just having a good time, and it's been fun on the Discord and everything, but dealing with all the businessy side of like Amazon and stuff is just a bit depressing. I wish it were more straightforward. I have social anxiety, so even just like reaching out to like support is a bit harrowing. Even though I've done nothing wrong, you always feel like nervous about having to talk to people, you know. It's easy talking to you on here because you can't reply, you can't respond. Well, you can type a message, I suppose, but right, what am I going to pull out here? Here I am chatting. You know what? What am I leveling up? I'll pull out something out. You know, I pulled out my Oho earlier and it went really badly. Let's try again. Oho is a big tank. She has 2 guns. The second one isn't much cop, but she does have it. But she's a big, slow shed. I think of her as just a garden shed on wheels, you know? She's a big tank. Not quite Tog level. She's quicker than a Tog. She's better than a Tog, but I don't know. You get a Tog in the right spot. The gun can snipe reasonably well, but Jesus, a Tog is so slow that if their artillery ever spots you, they could just spend the next 2 minutes obliterating you. They don't even need to. You can't dodge it in a Tog. What are you gonna do? Oh. Mm. Oh, remember to drink your tea, everyone. Drink your tea. But yeah, America. I loved visiting. I loved what little time I did live there. I enjoyed it, and just it's a beautiful country. I know I was in California, which is particularly well known for its good weather and stuff, but like beautiful. You don't have to travel far to find amazing landscapes, gorgeous mountain ranges, just lovely. And everyone that I met there were lovely, you know? That's a very what's the word when it's just your personal tiny little experience. I was lucky. I was lucky because everyone was really nice and everything was great. Uh, uh, oh, and the food and the sweets, good and plenty. I'm looking forward to those. I love good and plenty. Alrighty, let's go down here. So I have this gun. And I have the big boy gun. And there's a button, is it this button? This button? This button? Where I can either choose to fire both of them at once, or just the one of them. Which I was taught by one of the staff. One of the staff members from Wargame was in the stream a couple of weeks ago and taught me that lesson while I was driving this tank. Because I was confused. Because I'm not sure if that icon was always there or not. I don't know. I feel like 2 years ago you couldn't tell both of your guns to fire at once. Look at this. Maybe we shouldn't all have come down here. But we're all here now, so let's see what we can do. See, artillery, as you can see there, is very, very capable of getting a good bead on us over here. And they can sit up on this hill and they can do anything they want. It's really hard to push through this initial line. I'm surprised there is no one up here. I wouldn't be surprised to see that there's someone parked. Yeah, look at, there are a lot of people up there. We just can't see them. I'm not going to fire my gun for no reason at all and get spotted here. Oh, hello. But if I do happen to see someone... Yeah, this tank isn't the most penetrating, to be fair. They got their artillery on me. I'm going to have to rub up against this island. Like, see, there you go. It's really hard to avoid artillery, especially in this tank, which is very slow. It's really hard to avoid it. I'm just going to tell the team that I'm going to fall back and take up a different position. Because really I'd like to get around this mountain and fight from the other side. I know turning around here they're going to get a look at me, but if I can just get away without getting hit. Oh, he just missed. Thank God for that. I'm hoping our guys can hold out till I get around here and I can start hitting them from the side. It's going to take me a minute. It's going to take me a hot minute though. I'm just kind of letting people know that this is where there's a lot of heat. Wow, one of their guys just killed themselves. Great. But we are getting picked off. Oh, I forgot. You can't just go around here. There's this frickin'... There are some small rocks I can't get over. So I have to go around the rocks. And hope that no one sees me in the meantime. This is also potentially a bad idea because they can have guys up there on one of those ridges. Definitely a very open area for me here. I'm not loving it. And hey, if I blow up, I blow up. Who cares? It's just a video game. But if I'm lucky, I might be able to flank some of these guys over here. Maybe. Can I move down? Maybe I could move down to this rock here. It's a bit of a walk. It depends on whether I get spotted. But if I can get to these rocks, I'll be in a pretty good position. It won't help me massively. But like my lads are over there, so I've managed to swing my way around and move a little closer, and that might help me. If I nudge forward, I might be able to spot some of the enemy. The big problem my guys have is they can't see the enemy and the enemy can see them. Right, someone can see me now, that's for sure. Where are they firing at me from? Is it behind? It might be behind me. It might be behind me, or it might be ahead of me. It's hard to say. Can I see the enemy from here? Frankly, oh, their artillery's got me though. Oh, look at that. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. Alright, let's hope my team are paying attention. I'm going to see if I can spot people here. Nothing. Where's the... I need a target. I need a faster tank to spot the enemy. Ah, this is going to be really bad for me. They can see me. A bunch of guys on this line here are going to be firing on me. I actually wonder how many of their guys they have left there. They must have at least one. And I know their artillery is at me, but... I need to keep moving. Their artillery is going to fire at me where I was parked. Yep, that's why I had to keep moving. Oh, I've got my heads up all right, don't you worry. We got a sniper slowly moving up on us here, but we're just pinned down here. If we could just get a scout. I know we don't really have much in the way of scouts anymore. It looks like our boys are pulling back out of this area. Looks like they're moving away. We're really at an impasse here. They have us locked down with their artillery. There's no point highlighting that area to anyone. I will move forward again to try to spot. But they have two artillery pieces watching us, basically. One of our guys is just running away. I think all of our guys are pulling out now. They've just given up. I don't see that this side is going to win. I mean, I could fall back, but fall back to what end? You know what I mean? If we all fall back, we'll just lose this side. Or are we consolidating our forces nearer the base? But right now, we're holding them on that ridge. Not particularly effectively, but we are holding them. But it's just me and one medium guy at this point, I think. Ah, I thought my shot would take longer to get there. Trying to dodge their artillery. I dodged one of them, but there are two of them. They won't like me because I'm pretty far forward, as far as they're concerned. This guy really raced forward to try and dodge our fire, and he managed it. I didn't realize my shot would get there as quickly as it did. This is still a fortuitous location to be in, and I hope those two guys off to my left are still kind of keeping their eye out on this area and covering. This guy is kind of in this hole, and there's not really much he can do if he wants to get out of it and not get shot. Woof. Our artillery is trying to go at him, though. I'm going to say great shot because I'm glad that they are trying to engage this guy. Just going to have to wait. This is quite tense. I like this, though. It's cool. It's like a little tense. Uh-oh. Oh, he got me this time. Alright, I'm just going to say attack at this point. I'm going to use a repair. I'm going to move forward because I'm not sure how many of them are left. I think there might very well be a sniper. Yep, there he is. Oh, he's up this hill. Oh, what was that? What's an Object 704? It slaughtered me, whatever it was. Was it this guy? No. What's an Object 704? It was another sniper. Somewhere else. That's a shame. I wasn't sure how many of them were left here. I completely forgot that this sniper had been parked right around the corner from me this whole time. That's my bad. He was there earlier, and I just forgot he was there. He disappeared and never showed his face again, and I didn't realize he was just waiting and biding his time. I'd hoped I would be able to get down into this depression and encourage my team to move forward. It seems I've encouraged my team to slightly move forward, to move up to my original position. But alas, that guy got me, and the other sniper must have his eyes on this area. But that was a fun little game, wasn't it? It was quite tense. It was quite fun. Enjoyed that. Let's have one or two more matches, and then I've been here for 3 hours now. Can't stick around too long. It is, what? It's past 2 p.m. here. I want my lunch. I'm hungry. What's everyone having for lunch? That's my question. I tell you what, I don't know if we have anyone left in chat who's paying attention, but I have a book here that I like to pull out sometimes called A Short History of the British Commonwealth, and it's full of it's a very period book. When was it written? It was written in 1934, so it's very much of its time. which I find the most interesting. History books are interesting in general, but history books told from a specific point in history to see like what was known then, what wasn't known, the perspectives of the people at the time. Obviously, the person that wrote this still felt they were living in the British Empire, and so it's very interesting to see how people thought back then and these very silly imperial ideas they had. What I like to do is to get people in chat to mention a page number, and I'll read that page out. Now, there are about 800 pages, so anything from 1 to 800 is fair game, and we'll just see if there's anything interesting in there. And in the meantime, why don't I try... I'm scared to take my little scout guy out because he's so speedy. I don't want to try sniping again. Let's bring out this object. I played it earlier, so I'm not entirely sure what I should be doing in this one. This tank can't point its gun down because you see kind of how the barrel is way at the back there, so you can't aim downwards past the body, so you can't fight like down a hill unless you're going down the hill, you know. You have to crest the hill before you can start really shooting at people, and people have a good opportunity to hit you. I probably should have asked this question earlier when more people were watching who are chatting, but if anyone's still alive out there, throw a number into the chat between 1 and 800, and I will read a page from Ramsay Muir's A Short History of the British Commonwealth. Where was this printed? It was probably London. A lot of that stuff... oh no, Liverpool, I think. Philip Son and Nephew Limited, Liverpool. Centenary year 1934. Good for them. Written by the Ramsay Muir Professor of Modern History at the University of Manchester. So it was actually written in my city. That's quite interesting. Huh. What do you know? Yeah. Sammy says 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Page 1, 2, 3. I know it's chapter 9, the beginning of the economic transformation in Britain. So 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. It was by means of waterways that this generation mainly met its transport problem, and here its activity was remarkable. In 1759, the Duke of Bridgewater engaged an able, uneducated pioneer, Brinley, to design a canal from his collieries in Worsley to Manchester. It was the first artificial canal in Britain. It was successful from the first and was soon to be extended to the Mersey and Runcorn. I live just near the Mersey. The Mersey's a river. This is quite interesting because it's a story about where I live. How greatly this enterprise contributed to the prosperity of Lancashire, which is the region I live in, which depended on the import of raw cotton from Liverpool and the distribution of the finished product by way of Liverpool, Liverpool being a port, Manchester was big with cotton mills, may be illustrated by a single figure. It had cost... What? Oh, it had cost 40 shillings, of course. It had cost 40 shillings a ton to transport goods from Manchester to Liverpool by road. Even in the early days, it cost 6 shillings a ton by Bridgewater Canal. That's really interesting because the Bridgewater Canal is a historic canal here, and indeed Manchester was quite the industrial powerhouse when it came to cotton factories and such. We were big on cotton here, a lot of cotton mills. And yeah, we have so many canals because it was all shipping, it was all canal shipping. Like before it was all railways, it was canals. I love that book. Just so much interesting stuff in it. I'd read more of it, but I should probably play the video game. I love this map usually. I love going down to the airfield, and I love... Oh, you know what? I have to drive here. But I love going down to the airfield and trying to fight up around the back and try to flank them. I've never done it in this tank before, but I've had a lot of success. I love sniping on this map. You see where that sniper is up in B4 near the top? That is where I like to hang out. Now, I'm not in anything even remotely approaching a brawler of a tank, so I don't really want to come face to face with the enemy here, but I do want to avoid these dastardly rocks that keep jumping out in my path. And if I can get round the back of them here and maybe do some damage, shake up their lines a bit. I know our main battle line is right there, and I've just driven past it. I do not want to engage with that, but I do want to get around here and potentially harass some of these guys at the back. Potentially. They have good sight lines as well up here. They could hit me from a good distance. Remember what... Ah, see what I mean? They must have a sniper. Yep, there he is. Hello. Nope, nope. I really need to fall back right now, and that's why... Oh, thank God. The sniper that pulled up next to me and accidentally nudged me saved my ass at the same time. What are you driving, dude? Why has it got spikes? What? Why has it got balustrades? What? This is not a tank. It looks cool. I like it. It looks cool. Alright. Alright, so thank God that worked out, because that was what I was concerned about. They have good sight lines up here, and they were bound to have a sniper kind of parked up waiting for us. But now that he's been dealt with, we should be able to flank them. There are still snipers that we can't see somewhere. See what I mean about even fighting uphill? This is as low as my turret can go right now, and when I was going up that hill just now, even a slight incline is too much. Wow, this sniper really is going for it. He should probably pull back a little bit. I'm all for fighting, but there's fighting and there's getting your ass kicked. You're going to get your ass kicked, dude. Whoa, he's going for it, though. And to be fair, our team are winning. Shall we pop our heads over and see what they've got in the base? I know they had at least one fella up there. Oh, sorry, sniper fella. He's kind of, have I followed him or has he followed me this whole time? Look, this is as low as I can aim the turret. If there was someone on that road just now as I was cresting the hill, I wouldn't have been able to do jack. I could potentially... Oh, is this him again? It is. I could potentially come down here and get around them, I think. Greetings, programs. Oh, he's going to be dead by the time look at this guy firing on him. The reload speed of this Night Stalker. Jesus, looks like he's firing rockets as well. Fair play to him. I want one of those. Jesus. Who's it? Oh, the fella that knows this game really well. I think he left. I was going to ask, how the hell do I get a Night Stalker? Do I have to spend money? Or is it some limited time unlock that I'm not going to be able to get my hands on? Oh, I could possibly have shot... This is as high as my turret can go right now. I'm never going to hit this guy. I think he's behind a... Yeah, he was behind a thing. Well... Tricky tank, this one. But we win. We win. We win. We won. Anyway, yes, I'm hoping when we get to 100 followers, I will read one of those books out. Not this one. Oh, this whole section, the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. New mechanical devices were being applied to the processes of manufacture. The change was most notable in the cotton industry of Lancashire, which had hitherto been one of the less important English counties, but was now about to enter upon its career as the greatest industrial centre of England. Lancashire had not yet learned how to make pure cotton goods, because her spinners could not spin a sufficiently firm thread from the brittle fibre of cotton to make the warp of a durable cloth. Oh God. Oh God. It's just... We're not reading the rest of that. It's great. It's very interesting. So interesting. What's this about the French Revolution? Oh, the Mersey, Calder canals they opened up at Lancashire, Yorkshire coalfields. I should stop reading my book and actually read... Oh, thank you, I'm Elsewhere. It was a Halloween tank. It's the most OP tank on console. Yeah, it was impressive. It really slaughtered that guy just now before I even had a chance to reload my tank, my turret once. I want one. Oh well. You know, you don't play the game, you miss out, I guess, right? It looked like it should have been in Hellraiser with all of those like gothic spikes and the fact that it has a balustrade. Okay, one more game and then we'll wrap it up. Because my brain is turning to mush a little bit. Oh. What's this icon? Oh, that's interesting. I'm Elsewhere is watching without audio, and it actually tells me that. It actually tells me individuals with unreliable or no sound can select this badge. Okay, so how is the I'm Elsewhere? How's the subtitles for you? Are they any good? Because I wanted to put them in there to help people out who were hard of hearing or were watching things without audio on. But I've not had the opportunity to actually ask someone yet if they're any good. I'm hoping they're relatively readable. Maybe not in these menus, but in general, I'm hoping that they're all right. I'm gonna pull out my Minuteman again. I think I love my Minuteman. Minuteman is life. But yes, hopefully the subtitles are okay. It's for those who do their own streaming and use OBS, which is what I use to stream. This is a plugin. It's just a free plugin. It's like a DLL you drop in a folder and it just works. And who is it by? Where's the details of? It's by someone on GitHub called Rat with a Shotgun. But you can probably just look up like OBS Google closed captioning plugin and you'll find it. It's very easy to set up and it works very well. I did try to do the integrated Twitch captions because I should be able to send my captioning data off into Twitch. But when I did that, people kept complaining that the stream was crashing, so there was probably some issue with how that was happening. So I turned that off and now it's just overlaying over the video. Not the best way to do it, but at least it stops things from crashing, I guess. But yes. Let's get paid. I think I've got a South African. I wish I could do voices. We've got a South African driver in this tank for whatever reason. I like the different accents and stuff. Let's clean the tracks here. Let's clean the tracks. I like this map, but I'm usually on the other side of this map, and there are some silos over here that I park behind, and then I can shoot the crap out of anyone over here. Am I thinking of the right map? Yeah, I think so. Oh, I'm focusing, don't you worry. There are some silos over here, but it's not the best idea to park behind those, really. Yeah, let me get up to this hill that all these snipers are on. And I'll cosplay as a sniper tank. That's what we'll do. We'll start out doing that, and we'll see how things shake out. Every time I talk about how grateful I am that people come here and hang out, I always think I sound really fake, but I mean it, honest. Whoa, you can hear that gun in the distance. My God! All right, this guy. Whoa! Oh, I must have just hit a rock or something. Oh, or he's behind a building. I know I can see him just at the front there. You think he's gonna pull out? I very much doubt he's pulled out. Let's just fire, because I wanted to swap ammo anyway. Yeah, I know I'd love to shoot that guy for you, but he is down a hill. When he crests the hill, I will fire my gun, but I doubt he's going to be that stupid. It wasn't that great. He took half of my health. I'm in a Minuteman. A pretty sturdy tank, and that guy just took half my health off in one hit. He either got lucky, or by Jove, his tank's good. You know what? Maybe I'll leave the snipers to snipe, and I will head down to where there's a lot of heavy tanks and fight those fellas. Heavies, mediums, down in this town. Because I don't think I'm really cut out for sniping in this thing. There we go, a bit of damage. I mean, the guy was silly enough to park on this railway. My next problem is getting through this little open gap here without being slaughtered in the process. But we have like one heavy tank left in the town down at the back, and I really want to go help him out. I'm a bit slow. Yes, affirmative. I am going to focus here. I know I said it was dumb to go down this road here like this. Oh, good job. Good killing there. But I want to be able to shoot them if they pull out in front of my colleagues. Come on, keep moving. Sometimes the tank just kind of stops itself like this. I wanted to be able to do that. Whoa, that KV-4 is powerful. I assume it was the KV-4. I'm on death's door at this point. Alright, we gotta just push forward, because if this guy spots me, I'm done for. Turns out my Minuteman, which is normally very sturdy, suddenly isn't. I might have to take a moment here until they can't see me anymore. They're spotting me, I think, from over there somewhere. I don't want to get shot in the side, and I really would love to go and help that guy. He's in a very one-on-one battle. Yeah, I'm probably going to be done for here. At least I got a shot off on that guy. At least I did a bit of damage. I think that they're off to my right somewhere, and they can see me over there. And unfortunately, I'm pretty sure they got a bead on me. Oh dear. Yeah, they have a sniper like there, and it could be him. Yeah, it's a pretty good game from us. I'm in a bad spot. Our guys back there are getting slaughtered. If I'm able to push forward here and not get spotted, I might at least get one more shot off at the enemy. But they've spotted me, so maybe not. Depends where they are. There we go. I got one more shot off at this guy before I died. That was my final contribution to that, I think. Alright, one more game. I know I said one more game, but I want to pull out that really fun tank. You know that nippy little ridiculous OP tank? I want to pull that out, and I'm going to be a bit more careful with it this time. Earlier on today, I just drove it straight at the enemy and just didn't work out. We can all relax. But yeah, when I eventually, probably early, I don't know, sometime next year, when I get to 100 followers, I'm at 56. When I get to 100, I'll do a stream where I pull out a book that's all about the HMS Prince of Wales, and it's quite an interesting one. It sounds a bit boring, right? But the Prince of Wales was there when the Bismarck was engaged and sunk. It was there to ferry Winston Churchill to a secret meeting with the American president during the war. And it's interesting because you get the stories about all of that stuff, like the main stuff, but you also get the perspective of a young officer on the ship and kind of what goes on the ship. Like, I remember them writing that when they got to New York for that secret meeting, the American crews and the British crews were able to do some mingling, you know, kind of hang out, visit each other's ships and stuff. And at the time, American ships, there was no alcohol allowed on board, but British ships, you did have alcohol, you had rum and so on. So the Americans, there's a good bit of writing there where the Americans really enjoyed coming over to like the Prince of Wales and getting drunk, basically, and having a good time. It's little cultural exchanges and little tidbits and interesting things. Like, this guy writes about how he ran into Churchill a few times on board, and just what he thought of the man and what the guy got up to, and just in general, stuff like that. The nitty-gritty details that you don't get when you just look at the overarching, like, histories of events and things, you know? And it's not a very long book, so I think I could probably read the whole thing out in one stream. You know, it's not massively long. It's a bit of a pocket book. Yeah, and it follows the ship all the way from her commissioning in Liverpool all the way to being sunk by torpedoes way off in Asia. It's interesting stuff. I think hopefully you'll enjoy it. I think it's interesting. So when we do get to 100, I will do a stream where we do that. You can tell, I bet a lot of these players are bots because they're not going where players would ordinarily go. Players would ordinarily be driving down here, and there's no one down here. No one. But this is where you would normally get the fight. It would be down this little corridor here. I've not run into anyone yet. I'm gonna... okay. Alright. Oh, is this guy gonna get behind me? Do not dare get behind me. I wouldn't normally send an SOS, but if some of these guys are bots, maybe they'll actually come and help. Are you trying to flank me? You little bot. That's what you get for trying to flank me, buddy. You just give me 3 seconds and you'll be dead. Oh, they're flanking me on my ass as well. Thankfully, I've got this thing rigged for crashing. Oh, come on. I bet you their artillery is a real human being and he wants me dead. Oh, that's not good. Whoever's firing on me with that gun, not good. This might be all over for me here. I am getting surrounded. Something awful. Oh, they're coming up behind me. They're coming up behind me. That might be a person. That's a person. Yeah, that guy that was really hammering my ass back there was a dude. Was a person. You can usually tell if the enemy are really coming at you as something fierce. It's probably an actual person. Oh, this is honestly a lot of the time. I say most of the time, but a lot of the time when I play in this tank, I will get like 4 or 5 kills or something. I will slaughter half their team. It's great fun. Not so much today, perhaps. Wow, look at that big. Can I get my tank over here to look at the front line here? It's quite a battle line we've got going on. Well, as this battle continues, I'm going to wrap up in a moment. You know what? Let me see if I can move the love forward, because I was raided earlier by Iveris. Let's see if I can find someone streaming this game. Where's the raid button? I'm going to see if I can wrap it up and kind of keep the love going, as it were. Same category, please. We want people who are playing this game. World of Tanks console. And let me find someone who's actually talking, because I want people who are chatting. I would never send my viewers to a stream where, like, you know, the person's not being, you know, kind of cool and fun and communicative. Let's see. This guy is completely quiet, so we'll try someone else. What about... Oh, this guy. This guy's probably got a microphone. He does, he does. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. I am going to... I'm going to raid this guy. And I will be back, by the way. I'm going to be back tomorrow. See if I'm able to raid him. Some people, like, don't allow you to raid them. But anyway, I will be back tomorrow streaming World of Warships around about the same time, 11 AM. And I'm going to start my outro video here for those who aren't following the raid. And I'm gonna hit the raid button. So thank you for joining me. It's been great fun.